with the interception on the pass, but he was trying to free up Jelena. This one is going to be waved off for icing as the defense slowed up there for the West Virginia Vipers. Comes all the way back out to the neutral zone to Valentine, who's going to dump it in, goes back around the goal, and getting it over there on the far side is Chase Backus for Lindsley.
Yeah, Chris, I like the way that this Cadets team is trying to slow down this Vipers offense. Very high power. There, oh, take the shot there, blocked there. Nice.
And that just snuck right through Rosado there. It was Everhart, got it on his backhand, and the sophomore in Ethan Smith was up to the task. And Smith has been tested so far here in the first 4 minutes or so of this first period, already facing 5 shots to 1 to this to this West Virginia Vipers team. Face off one again by the Vipers. Controlling it over there on the far side is number 96. That's Everhart. Trying to get it over 2 more. It's going to be intercepted and knocked out of the way there by the Cadets. Getting it here on the near side is DePasquale. Intercepted again. Martinsburg bringing it in to the zone, and a spinorama try there. Almost rolled on goal to Smith, and unable to keep that one in his cotchel, but he will get the icing call here for the Vipers. So Lindsley on their heels here in the first 4 minutes of this first period, as Smith having to come up with a few big saves there, and then Lindsley needing to ice the puck just to be able to get a breather here for their offense.
Yeah, this Vipers team has just started out very relentless, taking on the Cadets here.
Everhart in the face-off dot. Wins it back here. Here's a shot towards goal, and unable to get the rebound there was Berkey, who gets it over on the far side, tries to throw it through the slot. Going to roll all the way over to the far side. Do not have a number 95 on my roster for the West Virginia Vipers, so we're going to have to go ahead and get that name for you, folks. We do apologize for that. Everhart brings it behind his back. He's in the slot, and he's going to roof it high to the blocker side there of Smith, where Jelena's going to pick this up for Lindsley. Spins around in the face-off circle over on the far side. Makes a move around one man. Jelena trying to get around the second man, and he does. And it's going to be dumped back in here by the Vipers. Everhart was trying to get to the dot there, but the automatic icing. With 12:27 to go here in the first period. No score between the West Virginia Vipers and Lindsley. Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis here, bringing you the first game, first of 12. But we also have a college game that'll be going on here tomorrow that will not be on the stream. But if you're in the area, make sure you come on down to West Banco Arena tomorrow, as the West Virginia Mountaineers will take on the pride of Slippery Rock. Another opportunity here for the Vipers as they clear the blue line. Gets it back here to the defense. Went into the skates of one of the Vipers players, and Blaze Holt bringing it back the other way for Lindsley. Tries to dump it in on his backhand. It's going to go off the foot of a defenseman. Come all the way back behind the netminder in Atkinson, as it's going to be dumped forward here. And the Vipers clear the zone, and they have numbers back the other way. Biesecker now pinching up from his defensive position, tries to throw one towards goal, and it'll be knocked away there momentarily by Rosado. And bringing it up the far side here is Spatafor, who's going to try to dump it forward, but retreating back there for the Vipers.
If you saw there on that last offensive stanza there from the Vipers, number 22, Dylan Powell, was kind of sitting back on that goal, just looking for a rebound and an opportunity to sink a shot right past Smith there. Smith, like we said, though, is staying like a wall out there, just absolutely blocking everything coming his way.
And that shot that you were mentioning, too, I think it came to his skates that quick. That's why it kind of surprised him. And Lindsley trying to get a shot on goal. Check that. The Vipers doing a great job. I apologize. I probably will call them Martinsburg a few times. I will get that right. It is the West Virginia Vipers out of the Martinsburg area as they retreat all the way back into their own end again. Klein trying to pick it up on the near boards. He's going to be knocked off the puck there by Jelena, but Klein able to win it right back here again. And this is bringing it up here as Begolin. Begolin bringing it around the far side. The Vipers control over on the far side boards, trying to bring it back behind the net, looking towards the slot. Here's a shot, and it's going to go high. Vipers trying to get it back behind the net. Wraparound try, easy save there by Smith, That try was by Luca Valentine. It's going to clear the zone. Jelena has 3 white jerseys in his way, not able to get through all 3 of them, and bringing it back the other way. Here is Valentine. Valentine 1-on-2, back the other way, takes a shot from the stop of the circle, and a save made there by Ethan Smith. 7th save of the night already for the sophomore in Ethan Smith.
He is definitely getting his reps out in this game.
I tell you what, even though Martinsburg is getting, or check that, the Vipers are getting a lot of shots here, it seems like a lot of them are coming a lot from the top of the face-off circle and not necessarily in the slot.
I'd agree completely. They're getting a lot of opportunities here off the face-off.
Working it back around behind the boards here, trying to pick it up there as Berkey sends it out front. On the backhand, a save made. Lindsley clears the front of the net momentarily, but getting it over on the far side is Everhart. Throwing it back out front. It's going to go back out to the D here. Biesecker with a shot. It's going to be knocked wide, and another one's going to be thrown towards goal. Lindsley can't clear the zone. The Vipers with a relentless attack here, and finally Kochel has to retreat all the way back into his own end, but gets it back into the neutral zone, and it'll be knocked in there by Everhart. Goes off of Jelena, who's going to have to pick it up behind the net here. Giving chase there is Everhart, who's going to win that battle. Everhart brings it out, but there is going to be a penalty called, and it looks like we're going to have our first penalty of the tournament. I believe the official signaled holding on that one. We'll wait for the official call. The guilty party on this one is going to be number 16, Jonathan Berkey. And we will see the penalty kill out there for the Vipers. With 9:40 to go here in the first period. No score. So the Lindsley power play coming out there as Jelena is going to take the initial face-off. Be one back there. So it is going to be a holding call against Jonathan Berkey. And the Vipers able to clear the zone here on the penalty kill. Coming back behind his own goal is Smith. He's going to leave it off there for Di Pasquale, who's going to try to drop it back there. I think he was looking for Jelena. Jelena skated the other way, but is able to get it back up. He's going to be knocked off the puck here momentarily. Jelena gets it back, looking for Di Pasquale, decides to hold it near his own blue line, trying to get into the slot, gets it to Di Pasquale over on the far side. He has the puck knocked off of his stick there. Biesecker was almost unable to clear the zone. Not sure what was going on there with Jelena. I think he just got a little bit tired and just kind of let that puck roll right by him. But the Cadets back on the attack again. 1:10 and counting remaining here on the power play for Lindsley. 8:45 and counting in the first period. Holt gets checked. Gets it over to Di Pasquale, trying to look towards the slot. There's Jelena, makes a move. He's in the slot, a shot, and a big save made by Atkinson. What a move by Jelena to bring it right into the slot. And Atkinson was up for the task there, able to slide that pad out and make that save.
Interesting seeing the way the Vipers adapted to the power play defense there. They switched very fast, and everybody seemed to be staying on their man there. Very good adaptation right there.
Lindsley going to keep that first power play unit out there, as bringing it back over on the far side is Barraza. Makes a nice move, trying to look toward the front. Spatafor is in a battle there in front of the goal. Jelena going to bring it back out, controlling it, tries to go towards slot, goes to his forehand, gets it over to Holt on the blue line. A good hold there by Blaze Holt to keep it in, but unfortunately it went off of his stick, and it will be knocked out of there by the Vipers. Ethan Kenny knocking it all the way down, where he's going to make Jelena retreat. And the senior brings it back up over center red. Tried to get it around Di Pasquale. It was knocked off his stick. And Martinsburg, or check that, the Vipers almost had an opportunity coming back the other way. And now they do. Short-handed with about 15 seconds to go. Lindsley's going to intercept it. Jelena, though, not able to catch that pass. And it is going to be dumped back in here by the Vipers. That's Plasterer. Left behind the net by Smith. Interception in front. Once again, that's 95 that we don't have on the roster, folks. We will try to get that here at intermission. And that puck is going to go on the back of the goal. And the official will blow for the whistle. 7:35 and counting here in the first period. No score between the West Virginia Vipers and the Lindsley Cadets. 9 shots on goal already, as number 73, Ethan Smith, has been up to the task all evening long here for the Cadets. There's that big save we were talking about on the other side there with Atkinson. Just shoving that pad out there. and knocking that one away. Martinsburg with another opportunity here in the slot. Biesecker was looking towards goal, and Spatafor, I think that's his third block shot of the night already for Spatafor. He was shaken up early in this game after blocking a shot, but right back out there.
Seemed to have lit a fire under him. Let's see what we got here. Ooh.
Biesecker is going to have that puck knocked away here on the far side by Rosado. Puck squirts through the slot. A shot, and Blaze Holt able to get his leg on that one's going to dump it up the boards. Here's an opportunity for Lindsley on the far side. Trying to bring it up the boards there was Badwar, and it's going to be knocked off of his stick, and Messer brings it brings it back the other way here for the Vipers.
The puck is just floating around in the middle there. The Vipers take it away. Trying to pass it there to Cody Biesecker.
Yeah, it was kind of like a ping pong battle there in the middle at the in the neutral zone. Now the Vipers have some time, try to get it off the boards. It is going to go off the leg of PJ Fagan and will go for an icing call. 6:25 to go here in the first period. But Hudson, one thing I would like to see, from the West Virginia Vipers, they do a great job on passing it down from that goal line to the red line into the neutral zone. I would like to see them do a little bit more of a traditional breakout. Try to hit the puck up the boards. Try to have the forwards pinch down a little bit in that defensive zone. Another shot right off the face-off there as Jelena testing Atkinson again, and he was up for the task. I couldn't tell if he got that by the shoulder or if it actually domed him and came off the face shield there. Klein with an opportunity back the other way here for the Vipers. That puck's going to be knocked off his stick by Chase Backus. Vipers intercept again, pitch it up there on the defense, and that one is going to be knocked away there by Ethan Smith. Jelena bringing it back the other way here for Lindsley, trying to go around one defender, and he cannot. And Spatafor is just going to have to go ahead and dump this one back in. Atkinson not able to play it behind his goal, but Kochel is, and taking a big hit over there on the far side. I think we're going to have an interference call coming up here on Jelena, but an opportunity for the Vipers back the other way, and Smith makes the save. So Jelena hit a player without a puck there, and that is going to be called more often than not. So more than likely we'll have an interference call coming up here, and we will see the Vipers power play for the first time here tonight. Trying to take a quick look down there at number 95. Once again, I cannot quite catch the last name there, folks, so we will try to get that name for you. We do apologize. I think that's Strankonski, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's just wearing a different number here tonight. So a power play opportunity here for the Vipers, but is the Cadets knocking this one around the boards. And the Vipers having to retreat all the way back behind their own goal in Atkinson. And Vipers bringing it up there. I am pretty sure that is Strankonski. He is actually wearing 95 tonight, not number 93. So we'll go ahead and change that there, folks. So thank you for bearing with us on that. Vipers power play going to work again as Eberhardt comes through the neutral zone, gains the blue line. Eberhardt knocked off the puck there on the far side. Pasquale was the one that stepped on him there, but Eberhardt able to come all the way around the net and still have the puck goes into the slot. A shot, he scores! Keelan Everhart on the power play, and the Vipers are the first one on the scoreboard here. A power play goal, and they take a 1-0 lead with 4:47 to go here in the first period.
I think that would be an interesting replay there, seeing him just kind of go all the way around the rink and just come back to the middle there.
Yeah, I'm going to be shocked. I don't think there's going to be an assist on this one.
Yeah.
A great individual effort by Everhart. Gets it right over the glove of Smith. It's Kellen Everhart. We do apologize. Kellen Everhart. It is unassisted. So once again, Everhart unassisted at 4:47 here of the first period. His first of the tournament, and just a great individual effort there on the power play. So far, the West Virginia Vipers 1 for 1 on the power play. Here's another opportunity as they were trying to free up Berkey on that one. Able to get it on his forehand, but him and one of his players collided. That was him and Moore. Just kind of one of those broken plays, Hudson, in the slot that both of them were just going for the puck, and unfortunately the two teammates' legs just got tied up there. Here's another opportunity coming all the way across for Musser. A shot, he scores! Caleb Musser hits one over the blocker side there of Ethan Smith, and now the Vipers have taken a 2-0 lead. It is that vulnerable minute after the power play. They come right back out and get another one.
Yeah, a lot of teams get caught on that switch, and the teams just kind of find it hard to adjust a little bit there. But the Vipers just exploiting that and taking 2 goals.
So Kellen Everhart was the first one to get on the board, and then Caleb Musser follows up just under a minute later. And the West Virginia Vipers now have a 2-0 lead with 3:37 to go here in the first period. We're going to have another power play coming up here for the Vipers as they try to send one towards the slot. Kearney gets it over to the far side. Here's a shot, never made it through. Going to be knocked down there by Rosado. And Lindsley will be heading to the penalty kill for the second time. And the guilty party on this one is going to be number 23, Andre Rosado.
Assisted by number 89.
So Cody Biesecker is going to pick up the assist on that one. So the assist there for Biesecker on the first goal of the tournament by Musser, and another shot there by Eberhardt kind of caught everybody off guard. So another opportunity here for the Vipers in the far side corner. That's Berkey working it back behind the net, looking out to the front here to Stronkonski. Going to dump it back forward. Here's another shot. That one clanked right off of the post, and in perfect position for that one was Moore, wearing number 98. Stronkonski bringing it back through. A shot, they score! Ryan Stronkonski has now given the Vipers a 3-0 lead, and the Vipers 2 for 2 on the power play here tonight, Hudson. Yeah, just an excellent move into the slot there, but I mean, you cannot fault the goaltender on that one.
No, Smith has been playing solid all day. He just kind of got caught in a rock and a hard place there, and that's the kind of play that the Vipers are looking for here to bring them up 3-0.
So Chernovsky's goal is also going to be unassisted as Jelena was upended on the play by Klein, but we play on here. And another opportunity in the middle, and a shot going on goal, and Rosado was the one, he just blocked 2 in a row there for Lindsley. Opportunity here for the Vipers as they have a lot of traffic in front of the netminder Smith, and Lindsley able to clear this one away, and this one is going to go for an icing. Already 13 shots on goal here in the first period for the Vipers.
You know, Chris, it's interesting that 2 of the Vipers' goals are gone unassisted. They've been playing a lot of passing plays here. We've been seeing a lot of puck movement, and I mean, a lot of these players are just kind of taking it within their own and just nabbing that goal.
It's very rare to not see a lot of puck movement on the power play, but when you have guys with the skill of Stronkonski and Everhart, you know that you're going to get some opportunities, like another one here, and it was almost an icing there, as unable to catch up with that pass was Valentine, and this one's going to go out of play here. Once again, this is the West Virginia State Hockey Championships presented by our good friends at WVU Medicine. Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis here, 1:50 to go in the first period. And the West Virginia Vipers have gotten out now to a 3-0 lead over the Cadets.
Hot start here, just like you predicted one of these teams having.
And the 2 power plays, the big difference here in this one, wraparound try here, a shot, they score! Luca Valentine, wearing number 18, gets one down underneath the blocker of Ethan Smith, and they now extend their lead to 4-0 with 1:43 to go. And Hudson, we're going to have a goaltender change here, as coming into the game is the sophomore in Cedric Rousseau. This is something that we talked about before we jumped on the air here for the stream, that you might see both goaltenders out there for the Cadets.
Yeah, for sure. They seem to like switching here, and that was a very interesting goal there from the Vipers. That was a nice wraparound and kind of caught it on a far angle here. Vipers bringing it back into their own offensive positioning here, taking it up into Cadets territory.
So that was Valentine. Liam Klein, wearing number 47, going to pick up the assist on that one. And we are going to have another penalty. This time it is going to come against the Vipers. This is going to go against number 54, Caleb Musser, and this will be a roughing call. As that one I was actually able to see there from the officials. So it will be Musser taking a seat there. Does have the 1 goal, power play goal on the evening here for the West Virginia Vipers. Jelena winning the face-off, an immediate shot there. Kind of an odd angle from Backus, but I like that play there, right off the face-off. Winning it over to Backus, even though that's a tough angle, a quick shot on goal, you never know what might happen. The goaltender could leave a rebound. That'll
catch a lot of people off guard, straight off the face-off, for sure. And kind of, like you said, a weird angle there, so it's kind of hard to react to those kind of shots, for sure.
And the Vipers have picked up another penalty here. So Lindsley able to get the extra attacker out there momentarily as Jelena deacon between one defender. Jelena get post up at the blue line. Holt with a shot to hit Rosado, his teammate in front of the net, and Rosado is in a lot of pain down there, trying to get up on his own power. That hit right on that unpadded area on the leg there. So Rosado is writhing in pain right now. Here's another opportunity by Holt. Backus has it over on the far side, brings it back out to Holt, looking over into the slot. We have about 33 seconds remaining here in the first period. 4-0 in favor of the Vipers. Jelena bringing it into the slot. Jelena switches to the forehand, and the goal is knocked off there, and we will have a slashing call, and it'll be an abbreviated 5-on-3 here for Lindsley for about 58 seconds. And Cody Biesecker will take a seat here for slashing for the West Virginia Vipers.
Biesecker has been one of their more active players, I'll say. So let's see what the Vipers can do here on the 5-on-3 and without an important player like Biesecker.
That Biesecker, he has been a mainstay there. There is the penalty call. I don't necessarily know if I would have given that one a slash. I might have gone with a trip on that one. But nonetheless, it is a 5-on-3 for Lindsley. Jelena has about 16 seconds here, trying to deke into the slot. He's going to be denied away here as the triangle defense is going on out there for the Vipers. Holt almost had it slide off of his stick, tried to get it back over to Jelena. This one is going to escape the blue line, and that'll wrap up the first period of play. So domination here in the first period. The West Virginia Vipers a 4-0 lead and outshooting the Cadets 14-4. What did you see out of the Vipers there in that first period?
I thought they were playing very fast. They were trying to outpace the Cadets there. They were sending a lot of pucks deep and trying to get out there faster than the Cadets could react to that puck being in their position.
Absolutely indeed, and we're going to give you a look at a few of the highlights here. A big save being made there, and we will come back with second period action. West Virginia Vipers 4, Lindsley 0. You're listening to the West Virginia State Hockey Championships presented by WVU Medicine. And we are back here, the West Virginia State Championships and the Bob Otten Trophy on the line here. The West Virginia Vipers come out flying, taking a 4-0 lead over Lindsley as Jelena trying to get something on the board here. And up to the task there was Atkinson. And this one's going to be immediately iced away here, but the goaltender Rousseau played it. So D. Pasquale's going to have to pick it up behind his own net. He has a lot of room here as the Vipers are still down by 2 men here, down a 5-on-3 power play here for about 5 seconds as Musser's getting ready to come out of the box. Here's a shot towards goal. It's going to be knocked away there by the captain for the West Virginia Vipers. So I apologize. I forgot the Vipers were actually still on the penalty kill there. So it's now a 5-on-4 abbreviated power play for Lindsley. But Rosado picks up the puck, is going to bring it across the middle here to Blaze Holt. He's going to be stood up there at the blue line by James Moore. And it'll be dumped back in, but Lindsley gets it in the neutral zone. Moore's going to take this one away and try to bring it back on the attack here on the penalty kill. Moore, shot towards goal. Save made by Rousseau and makes a second save there on the rebound. Back-to-back saves for Cedric Rousseau.
That was a very tough save coming out. And it's interesting how, you know, Rousseau comes out so warm already, even though missing out on that first period.
I always wondered, you know, I was never a netminder, so here's that opportunity again. And look at Rousseau just sliding over, gets the blocker on it, but then the effort just to take his blocker and just move the puck over to that trapper and get the whistle. But I always wondered that with netminders, if, you know, if you're taken out of a game or if you have to come into a game cold, like what your mindset might be there, as Jelena has about 10 seconds left on the power play. This one's going to be stolen away by Eberhardt. Already has 1 goal tonight. In on one-on-one of the goalie, and a save made by Rousseau. So Rousseau is coming to this game hot, denying Eberhardt on the shorthanded opportunity, as Eberhardt and Blaze Holt now having a conversation after that. Eberhardt already 1 goal here on the evening, a power play goal in the first period. 3 seconds remaining here on the penalty kill. Jelena tried to do a great job on shouldering Eberhardt there. Rousseau tracking that one all the way. Couldn't quite catch it, but able to get it into that trapper and get the whistle with 15:27 remaining here in the second period. Vipers have a 4-0 lead over the Cadets. Still a 5-on-4 opportunity as Valentine.
Little switcheroo there on the face-off, and
yeah, I think that was Valentine and I think that was Redden. The other one, another opportunity here, and a shot with a backhand. Save made by Rousseau. Puck still loose in the slot, going to be knocked away there by the Cadets. So Rousseau coming up big again. This one's going to roll out to Moore, who's going to shoot it towards goal. It went right off the stick of Chase Backus. I don't think that one ever made it on goal. Another opportunity for the Vipers in the slot. And the Vipers just with an onslaught here, out shooting the Cadets 19-5 here in this second period. Here's another opportunity. Plasterer dumps it down into the corner. Valentine has it in the slot. A shot and a save made off of the stick there. That hit the butt end of the stick of Rousseau, and it's going to clear the zone where Plasterer is going to have to retreat there for the Vipers momentarily. Valentine picking it up here on the near boards, right in front of those sponsor signs, so we couldn't quite see him from our angle. A shot, never made it on goal, going to be knocked away here. Here's a backhand try, and they score! And now we have some extracurricular activities. Rosado and Klein came together and started pushing and shoving, as did Holt. I didn't even catch the goal scorer on that one.
yeah, I missed that as well. It was such a crazy goal there on that backhand.
I think Valentine got his second of the night.
Just plopped right over Rousseau's head there. It's a crazy bounce. Look at the replay on that.
Here's the opportunity in the middle. Powell, who's wearing actually 33, not 22 tonight.
Yeah. Valentine.
It was Valentine again.
Takes it.
So Luca Valentine. So Klein's going to pick up his second assist of the night, as is on the goal there, Luca Valentine, his second of the tournament, second of the night. And now the Vipers have extended their lead as Jelena and a Vipers player collide there. I think that was Musser And another opportunity for the Vipers here. Here's Biesecker. Biesecker holding it over on the far side faceoff dot. Looking toward the slot, was looking for a one-timer there from Snyder. He missed it, but then retreats back into his own end, and into the neutral zone here as Eberhardt going to dump it in there. Jelena was unable to handle it. Puck goes towards the slot and will be brought away there by the Cadets and will be dumped all the way down for an icing. 13:27 remaining here in the second period. So that last one, Luca Valentine, his second from number 47, Liam Klein. Here in the second period, back-to-back goals, actually.
The Vipers just have not stopped. I mean, once they got that that first goal, it was a nice surge of lightning to them, and I think they've just kind of carried it through the rest of this game. Let's see what the Cadets can do here to combat that.
Opportunity here for Kenny, trying to dump it towards goal. Vipers able to keep it in their own zone. Here's a one-timer try from Strinkonski. He's already got one goal tonight. Unable to get that one on net. And this one will trickle back to a Lindsley Cadet stick here. Once again, they're right in front of those sponsor signs. Saw one player go flying. That was Kenny for the Vipers, but he is posted up on the far side faceoff dot, and I think he had some help there as the Vipers are going to go back on the power play. Strinkonski goes to the corner there, an odd shot. Another shot there by Valentine, who was looking for the hat trick. And it is Russo is up for the task, but it'll be another power play coming here for the Vipers. They are 2 for 3 on the evening.
And Russo also already getting his reps in, taking a lot of shots here.
So for the Cadets, Eli Shook, the freshman, will be the guilty party on that one. Have to wait here for the official call. It's either going to be an interference or a cross check. Because once again, it was right in front of the... Oh, for tripping. Okay, I stand corrected. Folks, I was never a goalie and I was never a ref. So, Kochel retreating into his own end here on the power play is the captain for the West Virginia Vipers. Tries to flip it up the boards, and he will. Getting it over there on the far side, but having it tipped away was Jonathan Berkey. And, ooh, I don't know about that one. It was an icing call, but I thought that hit off of a Cadet. But this will come back into the defensive zone here for the Vipers. They have 1:35 on the power play.
Chris, what do the Cadets need to do here to slow this Vipers offense down?
I think that's, one of the biggest things is there's just been some plays where they've just been caught on their heels. They've just been caught standing. I really want to see them just start going guns a-blazing on every single play here. But on this penalty kill, you have to be real careful because the Vipers are already 2 for 3 on the night. And another opportunity here in the slot. Strinkonski, he's going to dump it back to Moore at the blue line. Moore with some room, puts it forward. One-timer try there. A give and go between him and Strinkonski. And another opportunity there for Eberhardt. It slipped off of his stick, but the Vipers still able to get it back. Jelena and Eberhardt introduced themselves to each other as Eberhardt was a little bit shaken up on the play, but able to get back up on his own power, able to pick up his stick as the pass came right to him, though, as he was trying to fix his stick. Eberhardt gets it in the corner, is going to dump it up here to the near side boards. That's Moore using these near side boards to try to get back down to Eberhardt, and I think Eberhardt is just a little bit gassed here.
After taking a hit like that, he is definitely shaken up. Yep, he is going to get switched in there for...
And coming out there is going to be Powell.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, he was out there for, even before that power play, so he was out there for a good 2 minutes. Was Kellen Eberhardt.
Yeah, the Cadets just seem to get tired of his presence there.
Jelena going to be picked up over on the far side here. A great job there by Jelena as he held that puck for about 10 seconds and was able to clear the zone. Kochel trying to bring it in here from the slot, and Rosado with about his 6th block of the night. I've already lost count on how many Rosado has had here tonight.
He has definitely been getting in the way of a lot of shots, and the Vipers coming back here for more of that relentless offense.
Kochel here. Power play is over, so we are now even strength as Rosado and the captain, Kochel, are tied up there in the offensive zone here for the Vipers, and that is going to be an offsides. as once again Rosado and the captain in Cottrell just got tied up in that offensive zone. And this faceoff will come out to neutral ice. So we'll be off to the left here of the goaltender, Russo. 10:23 and counting in the second period, 5-0 in favor of the West Virginia Vipers. Faceoff won here by the Cadets. Trying to dump it forward. DePasquale tried to get it out of the air with his glove. It's going to roll to the neutral zone. And bringing it back the other way here is Barraza. Barraza gets it over. DePasquale, a shot and a save made by Atkinson. As in the vicinity there was Evan Badwar, who was right in the face there of Atkinson, as a good sportsmanship moment there between Atkinson and Badwar. And it'll be a face-off off to the left here of the assistant captain and goaltender, Zach Atkinson. Yes, you heard that right. It is very rare, but we do have a goaltender that is an assistant captain out here tonight for the West Virginia Vipers. Valentine trying to go over. He had 3 men in the slot here. They still have 3 men in the slot. The puck evades everybody. Klein trying to get back to his post, and he does. Here's an opportunity for the Vipers. A one-timer try on the far side post goes wide as Valentine was denied the hat trick once again. But here's another opportunity. Klein has a roll off his stick, tries to go towards goal. It's going to hit off of the skate of a Viper. Bringing it back to the blue line there is Plasterer. Keeps it in there. Powell with a shot and a kick save made by Russo. Powell looking to try to go behind goal. He has Valentine, who has the hot hand back there here tonight. Powell looking towards the middle. This one's going to be knocked away. DePasquale now with an opportunity. Has it roll off of his stick and will go to the defenseman in Plasterer, who tries to clear it up the boards. And I thought for a minute there, ooh, buddy. Yeah, I was going to say Lindsley definitely had too many men on the ice there. And the linesman making the call on that one. And Lindsley will be heading to their 4th penalty kill, or check that, 5th penalty kill of the night, as the Vipers 2 for 4 on the power play here tonight, Hudson.
Yeah, just some little mistakes there I'm noticing from the Cadets. I mean, they could have stayed on their offensive front there if that penalty it's really slowing them down here tonight.
Yeah, I think what happened, I just think when they went to switch out there, you had 2 guys that jumped on the ice for the Cadets. It was just one of those. It was like, hey, which guy's going? And then unfortunately for the Cadets, both of them just jumped onto the ice. It's a 5-on-4. Cadets need one more out there, and I believe the one that's going to go out there is Theo Barraza, the freshman. Jelena will be the one taking the face-off here for the Cadets. He will be going up against Cody Biesecker. Biesecker is one of those hybrids that he plays center and defense. I mean, that's not 2 positions that you normally see a whole lot of. One-timer try from the blue line goes wide of the blocker side of Russo. Picking it back up there for the Vipers is Kenny. Kenny gets it back. Jelena had it stolen away momentarily, but decided to do the conservative route there, and I think that was a great play by Jelena. But now he's got a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. 1-on-1 with the defender. Jelena trying to go towards the backhand, and he is going to be upended on the play. He's slow to get up behind the goal, so it is a 5-on-3 here momentarily, unless Jelena is able to get up on his own power. Spatafor trying to hit it forward. Biesecker gets it on the backhand, sends it back towards goal.
Jelena coming back there. He definitely looks rattled, and a nice shot there from Barraza. A little over, though.
There's an opportunity for the Vipers. Biesecker has plenty of time in that far side corner. Is going to bring it towards goal. Tried the odd angle shot. Goes off the glove there of Rousseau, who makes another save. 26 shots on goal already for the West Virginia Vipers, as controlling it over on the far side is Bogolin, excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Martinsburg, or check that. The Vipers getting it back behind the net here. They have room and time on the power play. 38 seconds remaining on the power play. 7:43 and counting here in the second period. Took it on Karam, and a blocker save made there by Russo to deny Fagan's first goal of the night. Musser kicks it back out here to the point. Trying to dump it in here on the near side is Snyder. He was denied momentarily and then wraps it around the corner. And it's a battle over on the far side. Going to be one away here by the Vipers. Trying to go towards the front as Jelena is going to pick this one up. and retreat back behind the goal. Fagan gonna apply the pressure here. We'll see if Jelena wants to try to take this coast to coast, or if he's just gonna go ahead and kill off this power play, or penalty kill, and that's what he's gonna do. But Jelena upended there momentarily. Getting in the way there was Berkey, and now him and Jelena have a battle there, and he's just gonna be dumped down to the ground. Rosado, though, picking this one up. Rosado bringing it back the other way for Lindsley. They have a 3-on-1, and here's a shot. It's going to go wide there of Atkinson. I'm not sure if he got the stick on that one or not. I don't see the shot on goal going up there, so they're going to say that one was going wide. 5-0 in favor of the Vipers, 6:35 and counting. Play in front of the sponsor logos there as B-Secker is going to come away with this puck. He has some room in the neutral zone. Bringing it over center red to the blue line, gets it into his offensive zone, and bringing it back there is Snyder. This one's going to be knocked away there by Jelinas. He's going to have to come off on this one. He has been out there for at least 3 minutes. And check that, that's Everhart. Bringing it back the other way. Everhart looking towards the slot, nobody home. And the Vipers able to get it back there. Strinkonski kicks it over to the far side. This is Snyder with the shot. And Rousseau making the save. 29 shots on goal already. It has just been a shooting gallery out there for the West Virginia Vipers.
The Vipers have definitely been taking very good advantage of their power play opportunities and also their opportunities with getting the puck down in the Cadets' positioning. Let's see what they can do on this face-off. The Cadets are looking to, slow this offense down.
Here's a shot. That's going to be another save there by Rousseau as the shot clock has now hit 30. Make that 31 for the Vipers. Here's an opportunity back behind the net. A shot and another save made by Rousseau as he actually got his shoulder on that one and then it hit off the goalpost. Vipers still with a relentless attack. Everhart sending one towards goal. It's going to be knocked away by Rousseau, who makes another save on a wraparound. Bringing it back the other way is Berkey. Moore now with an opportunity. Save made by Rousseau. Sankoski can't control it. Eberhardt shouting out directions to his teammate. Has it picked off in the corner. It was a 2-on-1 in that far side corner. Here's another shot for the Vipers. This one's going to go wide. And a blind pass behind the goal here by Berkey. Kicks it out front here. Here's a shot by Kochel. Tipped in. They score! Number 16, Jonathan Berkey, with the tip on that one. And the captain, Kochel, will pick up the other assist. What a play by Berkey to bat that out of midair as Kochel's shot was actually going wide. If we can get a replay opportunity on that one. Kochel's shot going wide here, and then it's just going to be batted out of midair by Jonathan Berkey, and it is now a 6-0 lead.
Great hand-eye coordination right there by Berkey to be able to just pick that like that.
That comes up with 5:11 to go here in the second period. The Vipers a commanding 6-0 lead over the Cadets as Kochel, who just picked up the assist. And then Moore. So they're going to give Everhart an assist as well, which I did not realize who the second assist was. So an opportunity here for Valentine. We have Valentine on hat trick watch here tonight as Powell sending one towards goal. It's going to go wide. And keeping that one in is Kochel. Gets Valentine behind the net. He's going to be stood up there by Jelinas, who couldn't find the puck there for a minute. Rosado is in a battle with one of the West Virginia Vipers in the corner. Valentine going to bring this one around. Couldn't get it out of the Jelena. He was trying to play the puck. Jelena was tripped up on the play. Kochel over on the far side boards. Dumps it down into the corner. Valentine able to get around one man. That's Spatafor. Valentine has it on his stick, and he has the hot stick here tonight. Moore over to the far side. Here's a shot towards goal for Kochel. Valentine sneaking over on that far side, or near side post rather. 4 minutes and counting in the second period. 6-0 in favor of the Vipers as Jelena was in a collision there on the far side, or on the near side rather, with Powell. Bring this one back. Valentine with a shot. It got redirected in front there by Spatafor. Spatafor going to bring it up now on his own power. I mean, why not? He has about 4 black shots here tonight. Rosado has about 6 or 7. And a glove save made there by Rousseau. 3:38 rather to go here in the second period. 6-0 in favor of the Vipers. And Hudson, I got to be honest, this intermission cannot come quick enough here for the Cadets.
Yeah, they are definitely looking for that break. I mean, a lot of their players have been on the rink for long periods of time here, and a lot of them are taking very big hits. You can see the Cadets trying to get physical back with the Vipers here, and let's see what they can do on the faceoff.
You talked about it there in our pregame show that we were talking about some big hits in this game, and we have seen that, and the one that has been involved in most of those has been Jelena.
Yeah.
Here's an opportunity, though, for Blaze Holt, who had the puck in his skates there. He tried to kick it forward. I think he collided with a skate of the West Virginia Vipers, and the Vipers are going to bring it back the other way here. Eberhardt looking to come across the middle. He has a 2-point night already. A shot and a save made by Russo. He's going to be hit hard into the boards there by Rosado. Bringing it back up the other way for the Cadets is Di Pasquale. It's going to roll harmlessly onto the goal there for Atkinson. Now we have a conversation going on behind the play here. Biesecker and Rosado. Not sure what that was all about. Maybe exchanging grandmother's favorite recipe for after the game. Rosado picking it up there on the near side post. Tries to get it up. He's going to be spun off the puck. And Plasterer bringing it back up here for the Vipers. He's going to be upended on the play there by Rosado. Trying to go towards the slot. Blaze Holt intercepts this one momentarily as Biesecker and Di Pasquale have a collision on the near side. Nobody worse for the wear. Both players staying on their skates. It's going to be wrapped around the boards here. Rosado has got to be dog tired out there right now. He's been out there for an extremely long time. And getting over in the far corner is Fagan, sending it towards goal. Here's an opportunity. Save made by Rousseau. Second try. Goes off to the far side post. Rousseau having to get over that far side post again and making a save. And now Blaze Holt is in the middle there, and he's able to clear this one away for the Cadets. But bringing it back the other way is number 41. That's going to be Matthew Snyder. Snyder has it on his stick. It's going to be roofed over the crossbar. Picked up on the far side here by the Vipers. Biesecker sending it towards goal. Nobody home. Fagan picks it up over on the far side. Another shot on goal and a save made by Rousseau. 40th shot of this game has made its way on goal. That one coming off the stick of the defenseman Matthew Snyder.
You gotta like Russo's way of finding the catch, the block on a lot of these shots. The Vipers are doing a very good job at sending a lot of different angles, a lot of different speeds at Russo, and he's reacting very well to that. I mean, obviously they're still down 6, but
first forward line out there for the Vipers as they win the face-off back into the far side blue line. That's going to be Bagolin. Here's a backhander try for Eberhardt. Had it knocked off of his stick momentarily, and this one will be brought out of the zone there. And taking a big hit over on the far side was Evan Murray, able to stay on his feet and able to dump that one forward as Jelena is going to pick it up in his defensive zone. Jelena trying to bring it back. He's going to spin around in the face-off dot, 121 and counting. Jelena has been one of the bright spots here for the Cadets. He has 3 of their 7 shots in this game. Jelena going towards goal. There's the shot and just rolled wide of that far side post of Atkinson. And the Vipers have numbers coming back the other way. Eberhardt going to be stood up on the play there by Jelena. And now those two are having a conversation with under a minute to go. Here in this one, Jelena going to dump it up forward. Wasn't sure what that conversation was about, but it looked like Eberhardt and Jelena, they're not getting along too well out there, so we'll see how that plays out here for the remainder of the game. Spatafor, backhand pass, gets all the way back down to Jelena, who's going to spin back around, has this one knocked off the stick there by Strinkonski. Jelena, who's been out there for a really long time, has about 30 seconds. He's going to dump it off the board here, and it's going to go for no icing as it hit off the back part of the blade of the stick of Matthew Snyder. Snyder has it behind his own goal from Atkinson. One last rush here for the Vipers. As over on the far side, that's going to be number 29. That's Fagan. Big hit there behind the net. And then Strinkonski. And now Eberhardt and somebody else are having a little bit of a pushing and shoving match. Down there on the far side, about 6 seconds to go here in the second period.
The Cadets are looking to really get any advantage they can, taking this game to the physical level. And
I don't think we had a penalty here in the second period. Oh yeah, we had the tripping call. That's right. Yeah, I was gonna say most of those penalties were pretty early in the first period.
Yeah.
And Lindsley with an opportunity there, but unfortunately they are going to be beat by the buzzer as Blaze Holt was trying to free himself up. 6-0. Your score right now in favor of the Vipers, as we are going to go to the ice cut here. And Hudson, before we send it over to break, I mean, what adjustments, if you're the Cadets, what adjustments and what is head coach Chris Smith telling his team in the locker room here?
So I like the heroics there from Gelina in this game. I think he's, like you said, a bright spot, and I think they should try focusing, getting the puck to him more, and, you know, maybe not trying to give him more shots, but try to let him move the puck around and expand on, you know, how deep he's getting into their positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the thing. There was only 2 shots on goal there for the Cadets there in that second period. So they got to find a way to try to get Gelina in open space. But he's going to have that opportunity where players are going to have to find open ice. It's that Russian style of play. They don't look for the open man. They look for an open patch of ice. And if you're the Cadets, you've got to look for that open patch of ice. Gelina is obviously going to be the guy that you want to have that puck on his stick, but you got to give him some outlets and some opportunities as well.
I agree with that completely. And to the Vipers' credit for their offense, I think they have done a fantastic job moving the puck around. And just with their speed on the rink, they've just been flying around the Cadets here and exploiting a lot of weaknesses and angles that the Cadets don't even know that they're in, you know.
Now, if you're also the Vipers, I mean, you have a comfortable 6-0 lead right now. You know that you're going to have to win 2 games tomorrow as well to try to get to the state championship game. If you're the Vipers, do you kind of lay back a little bit? Are you comfortable with this 6-0 lead, or do you kind of keep the pedal down?
I think for sure that the Vipers are going to keep the pedal down here. Like we said from the start, they have just had all the momentum and have just been carrying it through. And I don't see them, you know, slowing down for the Cadets here.
Absolutely. Indeed, it is a 6-0 lead for the West Virginia Vipers. We have our ice cut, and we will head to the third period next. You're listening to the West Virginia State Hockey Championships presented by WVU Medicine.
Life moves fast. Whether you're building a business, protecting your family, or planning for the future, you need a team you can trust. At the Glessner Group, we specialize in accounting, insurance, and financial solutions. 3 powerful services all under one roof. We're not just your advisors, we're your partners for life's big decisions. The Glessner Group, here for your future every step of the way. Visit us at theglessnergroup.com. Stop by today.
My name is Dr. Mark Hoffbauer, and I'm a foot and ankle surgeon with WVU Medicine. We saw a lot of advances within our profession with regard to how we treated athletes, especially from the surgical techniques like lateral ankle stabilizations and how we fix fractures in athletes and how the biomechanics of how these people get hurt and how their foot functions. They're aggressive and wanting to get back, and so you can work with them on their protocols to get them where they need to be. So I've always enjoyed that part of it.
Project Best has been helping build the Ohio Valley since 1984. Our mission is simple: to educate the public and advocate for union construction throughout the Upper Ohio Valley. When you hire a Project Best contractor, you're getting a highly skilled workforce that completes projects safely, on time, and on budget. You're also supporting local workers, keeping jobs and dollars right here in the Ohio Valley. Learn more about our contractors and construction unions at projectbest.com.
My name is Patrick Storer, and I'm a physical therapist with WVU Medicine. A lot of people in the Valley have the misconception that you need to leave the area to get a good joint replacement. I've been a physical therapist in the Valley for 32 years. I've rehabbed countless numbers of total knee, total hip replacement patients. The techniques that they use here are just as advanced as anyone else, and the outcomes. That's what I look at as a therapist. The outcomes are just as good, if not better, than anybody else.
I meet people every single day who are dealing with injury, dealing with a loss of a loved one, who are dealing with a situation in their darkest hour. Fortunately, I get to be a part of that story. I get to help them work through that problem. The Stuckey Firm is here for you to provide you the resources and experience that you need to get back on your feet.
This game is once in a century. Be there at Westbank Arena on April 12th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Good luck, Parker, and congratulations. Your mom and dad look forward to seeing what you do next in life.
Hi, Zach. It's Mom, Dad, and AJ. We just wanted to wish you all the luck. We're proud of you.
Good luck. Good luck, Zach. Proud of you.
Love you.
Hey Kay, proud would be an understatement of not only the hockey player you are, but of also the person that you are off the ice. Enjoy states, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish in the future. I love you.
Trevor, we are extremely proud of you. You work so hard. You genuinely love hockey and your teammates. Like I tell you before every game, try not to suck. Love you, kid. Go Vipers.
Hey Caleb, just want to let you know how proud we are and glad you found a great interest in hockey, and you've really grown ever since you started playing hockey.
Hey Caleb, I'm proud of you. Keep reaching for the stars, buddy. You'll go far.
Hey Caleb, we're super proud of how far you came in just a short amount of time. We're glad that you found something you enjoy.
And we can't wait to watch what you do at States.
Hi Gavin, just want to wish you good luck tonight and be safe.
Have a good game, Gavin. Enjoy watching you all my life.
Salut Félix! Juste un petit mot pour te dire combien on est vraiment fiers de toi.
On admire le courage que tu as eu d'aller poursuivre tes études et ton hockey aux États-Unis.
Tu fais attention à ta main, là.
On t'aime et on a hâte de te revoir.
À bientôt!
Good luck, Alyssa.
We love you.
Congratulations on your senior year, Evan. Hockey is the ultimate team sport. Trusting your teammates, playing together as one. Very proud of you and your entire team.
We're proud of you, Evan. Enjoy the rest of your senior year.
YouTube and Facebook by following Mountain State Hockey League. Once again, you can catch every game online by going to Mountain State Hockey League. Every game will be streamed. Also, coming up next at 8 p.m., it'll be the number 4 seeded Charleston Chiefs taking on the 5 seed, the Maroon Knights of Wheeling Central. Puck scheduled to drop at 8 p.m. Tomorrow the action gets underway at 9 a.m. with a middle school play-in game. The loser of this game will be playing at 10:20 in the morning in the 5th place game. And the winner of this game will either play at 12:15 or at 2:30. As the lowest remaining seed will take on Morgantown at 12:15, and the highest remaining seed from tonight's action will play Wheeling Park at 2:30. Also a special game tomorrow night at 8 p.m. It'll be West Virginia University taking on Slippery Rock. Once again, that's at 8 p.m.
And we're back here at West Banco Arena. Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis, 6-0 in favor of the West Virginia Vipers. And as they were mentioning here, the loser of this game will play in the 5th place game tomorrow. That will be a 10:20 face-off. Hudson and I will be with you all weekend long to bring you all these games here from the West Virginia State Hockey Playoffs. We'll also see some middle school action here tomorrow. And Hudson, that was one thing that I did want to bring up. You know, I'm not going to go ahead and give away my age on here because, well, I'm just not going to do that. But, you know, back in my school days, middle school hockey didn't really exist. I mean, you either played travel or you played in-house. It is really nice now to be able to see these programs have middle school teams, get all these kids together. Yeah, you're going to have an occasional transfer here or there, or somebody move, but now these kids are able to start playing together at the 6th grade level compared to back when I was in school. You didn't really get to play together till a freshman. How do you feel like that's going to do for the development of hockey, not just in the state of West Virginia, but around the country?
I think this implementation of starting kids out earlier in hockey will 100% just boost the popularity of hockey and just the community surrounding it. I played very few sports growing up, but middle school football was one of the ones that I did play, and just being around a team like that and, you know, being in a community for a sport really helps you just get your confidence and build abilities for that sport and find out what you want to love or find out what you want to play.
Absolutely, indeed. And that, like I said, I love the fact now that the middle school hockey has been implemented here. It is absolutely fantastic. And, I mean, I'm just so excited that we have the varsity here tonight, but we'll have the middle schoolers taking center stage here tomorrow. And Hudson, just like we talked about, they were going to try to free up Jelena here. He's going to be tripped up on the play, but gets it over to Badwar, and it's going to go off to the right side. So exactly what we talked about there. You had Jelena initially had the puck on his stick, but then he got an outlet there from Badwar and led to a very early opportunity for the Cadets.
Yeah, that was a nice opening play there from the Cadets. Let's see if they can continue this onslaught here.
Plasterer brings it back up here for the Vipers. They're able to get around one man, Valentine, who has 2 goals on the night, looking for the Hattie. Valentine over on the far side corner. It evaded everybody, but went right over to the Jelena, the assistant captain, who picks it up through neutral zone, going in 1-on-3, tries to take a shot. His pocket is going to be picked there on the far side by Kenny, but then Jelena lands a huge hit, but I think he took about 5 steps there, so that is now going to be a charging call against Jelena, and Lindsley will go back on their 6th penalty kill of the night as the Vipers are 2 for 5 already on the man advantage.
The Cadets player there.
That's Jelena. Yeah,
Jelena ran over. It looks like he ran over Barossa here. Look at this on this replay as well with that hit.
Yeah, that's going to be a charge every time because not only did he have the hands up there, but he took about 5 or 6 strides, and that's a big no-no, and that's going to be a charging every time. The officials might give you 1 or 2 strides, but yeah, when it comes to about 5 of them, you're not going to have that stride. I think Jelena might have picked up an extra penalty there too, because serving a penalty also is going to be number 37, Alyssa Hath, one of the seniors out there for the Cadets. So it is still going to be 5-on-4. There's 2 minutes on the board, so I have a feeling Jelena might have picked up a 10-minute misconduct there, too.
Yeah, and that is a big hit for the Cadets here. He is one of their bigger names and has been carrying them through this game, been helping them stay in this.
Eberhardt over on the far side. So, yeah, depending on this penalty kill, the Cadets are going to be without Jelena at least for 10 minutes, but Blaze Holt has an opportunity here on the near side, shoots one towards goal, shorthanded. Atkinson comes out and makes the save. Bringing it back the other way here are the Vipers. Getting it into the slot, drop pass there, a shot and a save made by Russo. Kicked out behind his pads, another opportunity. Russo up to the task again. It's going to be kicked off to the far side. Picking it up there, Istrakotski trying to dribble in. Gets it over to the far side. Deeks in the corner. Pow! Tried a one-timer from the odd angle, and it kind of went off of the stick and then off of the foot of number 16, Jonathan Berkey. Lindsley able to get it momentarily, but then Eberhardt going to sweep it up to the boards over on the far side. The Vipers are able to keep it in as Holt in a collision there over on the far side with Bagolin. Eberhardt has it between his skates over on the far side as Rosado's trying to separate him from the puck. And Eberhardt can be separated from him momentarily. Eberhardt going in, a shot and a save made by Russo as Eberhardt went right up the middle and was looking for an opportunity, but Russo tracking that puck the entire way and was able to slide his entire body in front of Eberhardt and really cut down that angle on that shot.
Chris, as a former coach here, what are you thinking the Cadets are going to implement into this final period here?
I mean, you got to go for broke. I mean, you got to go all in now. You got to you have to have the defenders pinching in. You have to try these long passes. If you're the Cadets, you want to kill off this penalty right now. They have about 35 seconds. Here's a shot. The rebound eluded Biesecker's stick as he was pinching in from that top face-off circle. But yeah, you have to kill off this penalty first. But as soon as this penalty is killed off, you just have to go for broke, and you have to go all in here. Opportunity over on the far side. 17 seconds remaining here on the power play as Biesecker has it for the Vipers. Looking across the middle into the slot, went off of the skate. Moore able to get it from the blue line. Dribbling it over to the blue line, gets it over to Kochel. Kochel now over on the far side, tries to dump it into the far side corner. Going to be intercepted there. The Cadets killed the penalty, and the Vipers, though, still with control in their offensive zone. So once again, they will be without Jelena for at least 10 more minutes here. Will the Lindsley Cadets.
Blaze Holt coming back into this game to give some life to the Cadets here. And let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can carry this, help carry this team.
Things getting a little chippy down there between Lindsley and the West Virginia Vipers. Here's an opportunity for the Vipers. Bringing it over into the middle here is Musser. He has one goal on the night, but a glove save made there by Russo. So the first 4 shots of this period have belonged to the West Virginia Vipers, as now Holt and Biesecker having a conversation. Blaze Holt, the freshman, getting a lot of playing time out there as a freshman, and also just a fantastic athlete out there. But you've also seen guys like Di Pasquale. You've seen guys like Barraza. These are all freshmen. This is not only the future, but it is the right now for Lindsley as the freshman Holt trying to come in there, and it's going to roll off of his stick. And Atkinson able to make the harmless save there. And it'll be a face-off. This one should be off to the left of Atkinson, and that is where the linesman will skate over. As taking this face-off will be Holt. And he will be going up.
Look at this replay here, too.
Just lying right on to Atkinson there, who's able to track that the whole way. I don't think Plasterer thought that puck was going to have a lot of oomph to it. And it rolled all the way on the goal. And speaking of goal, the net came completely off there, as getting tied up was Rosado. And I couldn't quite catch the number there. I think that was Snyder getting tied up there for the Vipers. And the faceoff will come out to Rosado's left. 12:55 and counting here in the third period. 6-0 in favor of the Vipers.
Like you said, Chris, the Cadets coming out with a very young team here. The Vipers looking with a lot more experience. Do you think that is, affecting the Cadets' play here, or do you think they're playing with more of a chip on their shoulder?
100%. I think, not only is it the experience level of the Vipers here, as that one's going to be flipped into the stands. I don't think, yeah, high school does not have the delay a game rule, I do not believe. So had to go through the pro rule book and the high school rule book there extremely quick. As like I said, both Hudson and I, members of the Wheeling Nailers organization as well. But this one is going to come into the defensive zone of the Vipers, and they will win the defensive zone faceoff and will dump it forward. Rosado had it play off the stick momentarily. Valentine with the opportunity in the slot, and Rousseau makes the save as Valentine gives him a little tap on the back there for the good save and denying him of that hat trick.
Russo has been getting a lot of action here. We haven't really talked much about Zach Atkinson. He has been performing very well in this game here. I mean, the Cadets have not found themselves a lot of shots, but the ones that they have found, Atkinson has really been just shutting them down very well.
Yeah, he has been the main #1 goaltender, but I would not be surprised if you see Parker Agoni at some point this weekend. Both fantastic netminders down there for the West Virginia Vipers. There's an opportunity now for Lindsley to try to clear this one away, and Kenny was the one that kept it in there for the Vipers. Gets it back behind the goal to Snyder. Took an odd carom off the net there. I thought it went in for a second by the way Klein reacted, but I think he was just trying to get the puck off the back of the goal. Here's another shot for the Vipers. I think D. Pasquale was the one that got the block on that one. And I will tell you what, I know it's been an onslaught of shots, but Lindsley doing a great job of getting their bodies in front of pucks here. Here's a shot and a one-timer, and they score! I don't know if that one's going to get credited to Eberhardt or if it's going to go on the one-timer to Klein. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to have to look at the replay maybe on this one. But it's now a 7-0 lead for the Vipers. And just a beautiful, like I said, I don't know if that was a one-timer or if Eberhardt was able to knock that one in. Let's take a look here at the replay. So Eberhardt over on that far side. Oh, man, I still don't know.
It looks like it almost might have bounced off a Klein skate there.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see what the official call will be here. It is going to go to Eberhardt. His second of the night, third point of the night. Snyder, give him 3 on the assist column. And another shot, and they score! This one should be, don't think, was that Eberhardt there on the far side? Nope. That was Strakonski. That's his second of the night. This one, however, should be from Eberhardt on that far side post. So Strakonski picking up his second of the night. Go back through that scoring summary real quick as those goals came about 15 seconds apart. Now an 8-0 lead for the Vipers. Spatafor has this one knocked off of his own end. Will be dumped all the way back in here for the Vipers. Eberhardt intercepts it on the far side, and this one's going to be dumped forward. Powell's not able to keep it in, but he's going to retreat all the way back to his defensive zone rather, and gets it to Eberhardt here at center ice, trying to dump it forward. Here he goes, Eberhardt, and the save is made. So Kellen Eberhardt will pick up an assist, and Jonathan Berkey as well. So Eberhardt a 4-point night. You have Liam Klein has a 3-point night. All those coming in the assist variety. And the Vipers an 8-0 lead here. 5 different goal scorers in this game. You have Valentine, Strakonski, and Eberhardt are all on hat trick watch now. Most recently there, Strakonski. Eberhardt before him. Biesecker couldn't handle the pass there and went into the skates of Spatafor. I don't think he expected that one. The way that puck went down there, the captain in Spatafor for Lindsley gives chase over on the far side. They'll be dumped in there by the Vipers, 10-18 and counting. Vipers a commanding 8-0 lead. Here in this one is getting it back behind the net is Fagan. He's going to be stood up there on the outside, trying to dump it out there to Moore. Was Eberhardt in that far corner. And there was a player upended there by Lindsley as Blass able to get this one out. Callie Blass, the junior down there for Lindsley, knocking that one out of the neutral zone. And now we will have a face-off coming right in front of the Lindsley bench there. But Hudson just quick, 2 really quick goals there within 15 seconds of each other. And the Vipers just continue the onslaught here.
The Vipers have definitely had control this entire game from the beginning. And the Cadets just have really just been looking to just really put it together, and nothing is really seemed to be clicking here for them, unfortunately.
The shot's going to go over the crossbar there as Rousseau was not able to glove that one down. Kept in momentarily by the Vipers, kept in twice. And then Lindsley's going to ice this one down, but Atkinson wants to try to play it. And the official will call for icing. I think they're going to say that that puck never hit Atkinson's stick. And so this will go for an icing as the clock is going to run here under the mercy rule with a 7-goal lead or higher.
Yeah, I'm wondering, do you think that Cadets head coach
Chris Smith,
sorry. Do you think he will be trying to pull his goalie out here, or do you think this lead is just...
Yeah, this lead's just too insurmountable right now, and yeah, I think it's just going to add insult to injury there as Rousseau makes a big save, and trying to kick this one out is the Vipers, and it goes right back on to Rousseau, who's going to glove that one out of midair, and now the Vipers are officially at the 50 shot total here. 8-0 they lead over the Cadets. But Rousseau, like you said, Hudson, he has been a bright spot out there ever since coming in there in the first period.
I think he definitely would have helped a lot if they started with him. Maybe kind of get the morale for the Cadets up and not crush it so early with those early goals.
And like I said, though, you can't fault Smith on that one, though. I mean, those were some rockets. And, I mean, think about the saves that Smith made early in that game, too.
Oh, yeah. He was taking a lot of shots as well. It's just these Vipers finding a lot of good opportunities.
And I tell you what, though, it was definitely smart to make that goaltending change there by Smith. They're bringing in somebody like Rousseau. He's a little bit more of a stand-up goalie than Smith. Smith is more that butterfly style. There's an opportunity for the Vipers over on the far side. Klein, who has 3 assists on the night. I'm sure he would like to get maybe a goal on that score sheet too, but I know he's going to be happy with the 3 assists on the night. It's one of those playmakers. As Valentine tried to feed him in the middle, Klein actually has an assist on one of Valentine's goals. So Valentine trying to hook up his teammate there with an opportunity. This will be cleared away by Backus. Cadets try to clear it up the boards. Nobody home as Valentine's going to jump it into the far corner. Klein and Backus give chase. Klein moving around him. Has the puck on his forehand. Trying to go towards goal. Backhander try. And a huge save by Rousseau. Denying Matthew Schneider a spot on the score sheet here. I'm going to go all the way down. No icing.
I'm liking the play of Liam Klein here. He has definitely been helping the Vipers find those scoring opportunities. He's been deking around a lot, just finding that open ice like you were saying and giving it off to the Vipers to score.
Blaze Holt with an opportunity here on the left side, tried to go around the defender. It was a real nifty move, but getting the stick out there was Berkey. Another opportunity here for the Vipers as they were trying to reward Berkey for the good play there. Unfortunately went between his skates, but now he's able to pick it up, hits it off of the legs of one of his defenders. This will be cleared up the boards here by the Cadets. Controlling it there is the assistant captain, Instrinkonski. Powell gets it behind the net, and the invisible sniper got him there right in the face-off dot. An opportunity here for Shook for Lindsley, looking towards the front, nobody home, and bringing it out with speed is Begolin. Begolin 2-on-2 back the other way. Begolin with the shot, he scores! That slid right under the leg of Rousseau, and Keegan Begolin gets one on the board here for the West Virginia Vipers as they now take a 9-0 lead over the Cadets. So Begolin, his first of the game. Believe that one is going to be unassisted.
And that shot onto Rousseau there, it just looked like it had so much power, it just kind of bled through there.
Well, and it was also one of those shots, too, that I talked about. You know, Rousseau is more of a stand-up goaltender, and it just came that quick, and he was not able to get down and protect that 5-hole. They are going to give Strakonski an assist. I like that call. I mean, I like that, assist, too, because it was one of those plays. I thought it went off of the defender. Strakonski looking for the hat trick, and he is going to be denied by the left pad of Rousseau, and then it just kind of trickled on goal. And Rousseau able to cover that one up. So Strakonski, Everhart, and Luca Valentine, all with 2 goals each. Jonathan Berkey, Keegan Begolin, and Caleb Musser all your goal scorers down there for the West Virginia Vipers. So we have the running clock here. In to take the face off there is Biesecker. Biesecker, he's actually been playing a lot of forward here tonight. I mean, that might have been an adjustment that he made. I know last season, like I said, he's been somebody that you've really seen more in that defensive position. I need to actually get back to the point there as Fagan made another shot. One player I have not seen out there is Gavin Welsh. I have not seen him the entire night. I don't even see him down on the bench for the Vipers.
And the Vipers have a lot of players with a very strong chemistry. That line, Valentine, Eberhardt, and Strakonski is very strong, and I think
they got a majority of the goals here.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 of those all coming from that top line. Well, in that power play line, too. I mean, that's your first line on the power play as well. And then they brought Kochel back, who is the captain there and now has control in the far or near side face-off dot, rather. Maybe at some point in this tournament, I'm going to realize that the near side is closest to me and the far side's further over there, so I do apologize, folks. Di Pasquale stealing it at center ice. He's going to be upended there, and Di Pasquale took exception to that. I don't think there was honestly any ill intent on that. It's just Di Pasquale's stick just unfortunately got in between the legs there of the Vipers player, but I do not believe there was any ill intent behind that.
No, I don't. I would agree with you there for sure.
Yeah, I've known Gio for a very long time, and I'm like, yeah, that there was definitely no ill intent behind that one.
Yeah, it would just be kind of like a little late at this point in the game, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I think what it was, it looked like he tried to make the hit, but he also tried to play the puck at the same time, and that stick just went right under that skate blade. Yeah, they are going to call it for a slash.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, we're going to see it there. So there's the puck. Well, I don't know. He did try to play the man first, but just slashed him down on the skates there. So in real time, it definitely didn't look that way, but like I said, Gio was definitely trying to play the man, just unfortunately slapped down right onto the skates there. So I'm not sure. We still have the running clock here. The officials are trying to discuss something. I think we might have something up with the scoreboard. They are going to stop it at 2:23. There we go. I think we got everything situated down there. So they got the 3 minutes up on the board, and that must be what it is with the running clock. Yeah, like I said, I was not sure what the ruling was. So 2 minutes, or 3 minutes rather, for slashing. Here's a shot, and they score, and there is the hat trick for Valentine. It is now a 10-0 lead. Another power play goal for the West Virginia Vipers. And now Luca Valentine has completed the hat trick on the night with 2:09 to go here in the third period. And now Jelena is also back out there on the ice in his center position. Tries to win this one forward and then skates off to the right side with about 2 minutes to go here in this one. Just what a beautiful goal from Valentine, his third of the night. Another opportunity here from Musser. Save is made. So Matthew Snyder has the other assist, so he finally gets himself on the scoreboard there. And I tell you what, Snyder was one of those that he didn't show up on the scoreboard here until about the last 2 minutes of the game, but he was definitely my unsung hero out there for this Vipers team.
I definitely noticed him picking up some of the scraps that other Vipers were leaving, for lack of a better term there. And who we got coming in now? It looks like the return of Strakonski and Eberhardt for the Vipers.
And then they're going to have Fagan's going to be that far side wing. This is usually the line that's out there with Klein, but I think they're just trying to mix some things up here in these final minutes. 57 shots to 8. Jelena going to try to get something on the board to try to eliminate that goose egg on that side of the scoreboard for Lindsley, but he's going to be upended by Strakonski. And Jelena now loses his stick, and then he lands a big hit over on the far side on Eberhardt. And he has to go back and retrieve his stick. And then Strakonski has it up here. He's another one that's on hat trick watch. He's going to move it all the way over to the far side. Shot goes on goal. Rousseau got knocked into by his own defender, staying down on the ground here to try to guard that far side post. And he is going to trap it right up against the goal. We have some pushing and shoving after that. Understand what Rosado is trying to do there to defend his netminder, but it was loose. And then Rousseau able to get the trapper and just trap it right up against the goal. Here comes that line. D. Pasquale and Holt out there. Micah Dodd as well, one of the juniors for Lindsley. As we have about 9 seconds to go here in this one, the Vipers were just trying to trap it in the corner. Blaze Holt going to try to get it out here. And that is going to wrap up our first game of this tournament. It was all Vipers in this one as they win this one 10-0, out shooting the Cadets 58-8. And Atkinson picking up the shutout here is Zach Atkinson. Picks up the shutout here in this 10-0 victory. So Hudson, we're going to have kind of a difficult time here with our 3 stars of the game, but I think you and I have a unanimous number 1 here. When you get a hat trick in a game, I think we got to go with Luca Valentine at number 1. What do you say?
I 100% agree. I like having Atkinson in our 3 stars, though. Like you said, unsung hero. Didn't face a lot of shots, but those are still crucial in the game, and being able to have a shutout like that is very impressive. So
absolutely,
I'd say him and maybe Strakonski?
You got to go with Everhart, I think.
Or yeah.
4-point night for Kellen Everhart. 2 goals and 2 assists on the night, but you did mention Ryan Strakonski, one of the assistant captains. 2 goals and an assist on the night. And then, Liam Klein, 3 assists on the night. Just another playmaker out there for the Vipers. So they make a statement here in this first game and then are going to try to take this momentum into tomorrow's game.
And I think that, if you are the Vipers in this situation, coming up tomorrow, you got all the energy. So it's going to be very exciting to see how this team performs tomorrow.
Absolutely, indeed. So our MVP that was also given out here in the arena was Luca Valentine. So congratulations to him, and he will get our player of the game for both Hudson and I, and also down on the ice as well. 10-0 your final score here, the West Virginia Vipers over the Lindsley Cadets. But don't go too far, because coming up next, we have the Chiefs of Charleston, the number 4 seed, will be taking on the Maroon Knights of Wheeling Central Catholic High School. That is the 5 seed. That game will be getting underway here in about 20 minutes or so, so make sure you tune in for that one. Hudson, final thoughts here on this game here today.
All I got to say is that I think it was kind of a close game in the beginning, but we saw what the Vipers are really here for, and good play to the Cadets on that game. You got to give them for showing that heart. Rousseau, how many shots did he block?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot. And then, you had guys like Rosado, you had guys like Spatafor as well, that both of them that were pretty darn close to double digits in block shots as defensemen. But like you mentioned, I think you got to tip your hat to Rousseau. Just played a phenomenal game down there. And, they faced 58 shots as a team, but Rousseau, you definitely have to give it. There was a lot of potential in this Cadets team, a very young team, but I think, we're going to see them tomorrow in the 5th place game, see how they respond after a tough loss like this. And once again, the Vipers are just going to have to carry this momentum into tomorrow.
I would agree. And like you said, the Cadets' inexperience, a younger team, definitely affected them today. And I think tomorrow they'll come back and bounce back with a chip on their shoulder, and see what they can do.
Absolutely, indeed. Great stuff there from Hudson Davis. Special thanks to our crew, 1JB Media, Dave, John, and the entire crew down there. But like I said, in about 20 minutes, we'll be right back here at West Banco Arena. Your final score, 10-0 in favor of the Vipers. You're listening to the West Virginia State Hockey Championships, presented by WVU Medicine.
Check, testing 1, 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back inside West Banco Arena. We're excited to have you here for the 2026 West Virginia State Hockey Championships, proudly presented by WVU Medicine. This championship weekend brings together the best youth hockey teams from across the Mountain State, and it would not be possible without the tremendous support of our community partners and sponsors. We'd like to thank WVU Medicine, the Ohio County Commission, the Wheeling Convention and Visitors Bureau, the City of Wheeling, West Banco Arena, the Wheeling Nailers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins Foundation for their leadership and commitment to growing the game of hockey in West Virginia. Special thanks as well to Red, JB1 Media, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the Stuckey Firm, the Glessner Group, Main Street Bank, Lamar, Undos, Project Best, and Liberty Distributors for their continued support of youth athletics and our local community. On behalf of our sponsors, organizers, and the teams on the ice, thank you for being here, supporting these student athletes, and helping make this a first-class championship weekend. We invite you to sit back, make some noise, and enjoy tonight's action at the West Virginia State Hockey Championships.
Life moves fast. Whether you're building a business, protecting your family, or planning for the future, you need a team you can trust. At the Glessner Group, we specialize in accounting, insurance, and financial solutions. 3 powerful services all under one roof. We're not just your advisors, we're your partners for life's big decisions. The Glessner Group, here for your future every step of the way. Visit us at theglessnergroup.com. Stop by today.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and is an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're gonna save you.
My name is Dr. Mark Hoffbauer, and I'm a foot and ankle surgeon with WVU Medicine. We saw a lot of advances within our profession with regard to how we treated athletes, especially from the surgical techniques like lateral ankle stabilizations and how we fixed fractures in athletes and how the biomechanics of how these people get hurt and how their foot functions. They're aggressive and wanting to get back, and so you can work with them on their protocols to get them where they need to be. So I've always enjoyed that part of it.
Project BEST has been helping build the Ohio Valley since 1984. Our mission is simple: to educate the public and advocate for union construction throughout the Upper Ohio Valley. When you hire a Project BEST contractor, you're getting a highly skilled workforce that completes projects safely, on time, and on budget. You're also supporting local workers, keeping jobs and dollars right here in the Ohio Valley. Learn more about our contractors and construction unions at projectbest.com.
My name is Patrick Storr, and I'm a physical therapist with WVU Medicine. A lot of people in the Valley have the misconception that you need to leave the area to get a good joint replacement. I've been a physical therapist in the Valley for 32 years. I've rehabbed countless numbers of total knee, total hip replacement patients. The techniques that they use here are just as advanced as anyone else, and the outcomes. That's what I look at as a therapist. The outcomes are just as good, if not better, than anybody else.
I meet people every single day who are dealing with injury, dealing with a loss of a loved one, who are dealing with a situation in their darkest hour. Fortunately, I get to be a part of that story. I get to help them work through that problem. The Stuckey firm is here for you to provide you the resources and experience that you need to get back on your feet.
This game is once in a century. Be there at West Bank Arena on April 12th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
And welcome back inside West Banco Arena. It is time for quarterfinal number 2 as the number 4 seed, the Chiefs of Charleston, taking on the number 5 seed, the Maroon Knights of Wheeling Central Catholic High School. Good evening and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. I'm Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis. And Hudson, two teams that are separated from pretty far away, one from our state capital and one from our former state capital here, as the Wheeling Central Maroon Knights taking on the Charleston Chiefs. And Charleston left last season with a loss to this Wheeling Central team, so I think revenge might be on the mind here of the Charlestown Chiefs.
I can definitely see that being the story of tonight here. Who doesn't love a good revenge story, you know, and especially coming into a tournament like this, you guys, the team is definitely going to be wanting to, you know, prove what they can do over the Wheeling Central Maroon Knights here.
Now, the Chiefs, they have had kind of a tough go at it. Now, I mean, listen to some of the teams they're playing against. They play teams from Cincinnati, from Athens, Owensboro, Kentucky. If you're not familiar where that is, it's almost all the way on the western side of Kentucky. You go to Evansville, Indiana, about 45 minutes south from there, and they also have a nice college there by the name of Kentucky Wesleyan. But that is where the Charleston Chiefs have been playing most of their games. They did see the Mohawks of Morgantown, a 6-1 loss back on November the 28th. They did pick up a couple victories against Cincinnati, a 4-1 victory and a 6-0 victory coming in here to the state tournament. So Charleston coming into this game, they finally get a few wins in that win column, and they're riding that little 2-game winning streak right now, Hudson.
They definitely seem to be on that hot streak here in the last couple games. Their season looks like it started off a little rough, but they put it together. They put the pieces together, and the Maroon Knights, actually their season was looking kind of similar. A couple rough starts, and then really picking it up in the end there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, that's the tough thing, too. I mean, you have Charleston. For the most part, they kind of play as an independent. It's not necessarily an affiliated league, but then you have somebody like the Maroon Knights that I believe they play in Double-A in the PIHL. So they're playing a lot of these Pittsburgh schools, a lot of these bigger schools, but Charleston, I mean, no stranger to playing some bigger teams, too. I mean, playing these teams out of Lexington, Kentucky, playing teams out of Cincinnati. So we're going to see how these styles kind of match up here tonight.
Yeah, those are definitely two different styles meshing. And like you said, the Charleston Chiefs play a litany of bigger schools and bigger cities. So what do you think? Do you think that helps them coming to a sort of a smaller city like Wheeling and, seeing the other competition?
I think it does, but, I mean, like I said, Wheeling Central right on the other side, I mean, they've been right back at it, too, with some of these bigger Pittsburgh schools. I mean, you're playing schools like Mars, you're playing schools like Butler, I mean, Chartiers Valley, I mean, just walk through their arena, how many state championships they have. I mean, the Colts, a very established program up there. They did get a big win against South Park, and that's like I said, I'm looking forward to these teams coming together. They met last year in this tournament, and then now they're going to meet again. But Wheeling Central, definitely much of a shorter bench than over Charleston. And now we're going to turn it over here for our Star Spangled Banner. And here we have it here. The national anthem has been sung. We are ready for hockey here once again. The Maroon Knights, led by head coach P.J. Radcliffe, and the Charleston Chiefs, led by a name that many people here in Wheeling, West Virginia probably know. Former Wheeling Park High School standout Brooke McCardle also played her collegiate hockey at the College of Elmira, where she received her degree up there. She is back behind the bench here for the Charleston Chiefs, and she has her team up and ready to go here. Her netminder will be Jonah Minnick, the longtime starter here. This will be his third season as a starter for the Chiefs. He will be your goaltender off to the left, as the Charleston Chiefs will be moving from right to left. If you are watching here on YouTube, left and right if you're here in the arena. I mixed that up in the first game. But if you are watching at home, they will be moving from right to left. They have the white jerseys with the red and black trim. The Maroon Knights are going to be backstopped there by Seth Mandel, as they will be moving from left to right as you are watching on YouTube. They have the maroon jerseys with the gold trim, and bringing it up there quickly is going to be Maddox Ochap for the Maroon Knights. They're going to dump it in here to the far side. We have a hit along the near boards here. Ochap can't handle the puck, but Bodie Burge can. Burge trying to go towards the middle, and it's going to be stolen away here by Lau, and he gets it over to Miller on the far side. Intercepted there on the far side defense. Picking that one up was Burge, getting it all the way back to his post after pinching in from his defensive position. Central with a few neat moves there by Mullen, but bringing it back the other way is Lau. In the slot, and a blocker save made by Mandel. Going to be blocked off to the far side boards where Burge is going to pick it up from there. Wood can't handle the pass, and he's going to dump it in, but he doesn't gain center red, and that one's going to go for icing. About 52 seconds here into the game, but the Maroon Knights really coming out flying here, Hudson, in those first 52 seconds.
Yeah, I think their goal is to definitely come out hot, start the game out nice, get a lot of momentum, and then carry that through the rest of the game. One thing I noticed with this game compared to the last game is each team's only have one goalie. So not going to see a lot of goalie swapping here. Teams are kind of going to be sticking to their guns.
Absolutely, indeed, as picking this puck up here in his defensive zone is Isaac TU. Going to have to go with the first and last name, as he also has his brother, Finn TU, out there as well. Getting it over here to the far side is Jackson Legg. He's going to be upended on the play. Blake Judy trying to bring it back the other way for the Chiefs. He's going to dump it in on the far side. He's going to apply the pressure to Finn TU on the far side. Judy gets it back over. It's going to be hit up to the near side boards. Dumped back in here by Charleston. The Chiefs controlling it over on the far side. Was looking for a one-timer over here on the near side. That's Hendrix Veer. Veer was a big guy last year in this tournament. Picked up a few goals and assists, as Veer's going to get it at center ice now as he retreats back. Veer with a shot towards goal, easily blocked away there by Mandel. Nate McMullen trying to apply the pressure over on the far side. Maroon Knights able to get it. They try to dump it off the boards, and it's going to go over the stick of the captain in Logan Jeffrey. Jeffrey trying to bring it back in. He's going to be upended on the play. Applying the pressure there for Central was Grady Mullen, and now it'll be a face-off here for Charleston. So Charleston matching the energy there of Wheeling Central. It was all Wheeling Central in those first 52 seconds, but in the last minute, Charleston now starting to apply that pressure in the offensive zone.
Yeah, they're getting some shots on goal, and Mandel doing a nice job here at deflecting those.
Maddox Ochap clearing it around the side of the boards. A big hit here on the far side by Burge. You can tell that that's going to be the standard in this game. It is going to be a very physical game, both Wheeling Central and Charleston throwing the bodies around early here in the first few minutes of this one. As bringing it back up is Lau, and he is going to be off sides as a little too quick. Over on the far side there was Benjamin Call. And this faceoff is going to come out in front of the Wheeling Central bench. 14:23 to go here in the first period. Charleston with the first two shots on goal, but they were able to kind of deflect an early onslaught there of shots by Wheeling Central.
Puck there moving right through the Maroon Knights, going right to Mandel there.
So Mandel able to cover that one up. Now it's going to be a face-off in the offensive zone, or in the defensive zone, rather, if you're Wheeling Central. Offensive zone here for Charleston, who's really dictated the pace here in the last couple of minutes. As getting this one here is Parker. They were trying to free him up. Rowan Parker, that is, the forward there. And it's going to be another offside as it was brought back in on the far side by Burge. Burge is another one that you're going to see him playing forward, but he's another one that can drop back into that defensive position too. I haven't had the opportunity of seeing Wheeling Central play in person this year, but if memory serves me right, last year, Burge was back there on the point during the power play for Wheeling Central. This one's going to be dumped in by the Maroon Knights. Wood giving chase, locking up there with Blake Judy in the far corner. Has some help coming in from the backside. That's going to be Isaac TU. They're not able to free it up as Blake Judy's going to try to hit it up the boards. And here comes Charleston back the other way. Legg picking it up here on the near side. Throws one towards goal. And the save is going to be made there by Mandel.
Chris, you get the feeling, he didn't get as much as he really wanted off on that shot there. Seeing it kind of just bounce up, and real easy save there for Mandel.
But I think what Coach McCardle's trying to do, she's trying to test him early. They're going to see where he likes to move. Now, one thing I did notice about Mandel, and I noticed this last year too, he likes to carry that glove down pretty low and try to make those windmill-type saves. And this one goes out of play. And it'll be another face-off right outside of the offensive zone for Charleston. But Mandel really likes to make those windmill-type saves. So I don't know if Coach McCardle is going to tell her guys to try to test that glove side or if they're going to try to test the blocker side here at Mandel. Face-off now. Connor Wood able to win that face-off, swings it around the boards. McMullen going to pick it over on the far side. Didn't get a whole lot of a stick on that one, but it rolls harmlessly back into the defensive zone as Nate McMullen hitting it up the boards here. Connor Wood picks it up. Wood going in, tries to go across, somehow got between 3 white jerseys there, as being upended on the near side is TU by Blake Judy. Wheeling Central not able to keep this one as Finn TU going to have to bring it back. Nate McMullen bringing it up here. Wood tried to go with the no-look pass. It's going to be intercepted by Kane Atkins. And back the other way comes Charleston. This is Judy. This one is Trey Judy, rather. We have 2 Judys and we have 2 TUs. 1 on each side, or 2 on each side. McMullen trying to dump it off the boards. Nobody home there for Wheeling Central. It's going to be dumped back in. We're going to get our first look at Hank Maggard, who was posted up in front of the net. He was definitely the playmaker last year for this Charleston team. Trying to get a backhand in there. It's going to go off of the skates. Nobody home there, and this one's going to be iced away, and it's going to go to the left of goaltender Jonah Minnick for Charleston. We'll go for an icing. 12:24 to go here in the first period. No score, but Hudson in these first 4 minutes and about 36 seconds, no shots on goal yet for Wheeling Central.
I think you're 100% correct in that these 2 teams are still trying to feel each other out here. I think we're going to see some more offensive maneuvers by Central here. I think the Chiefs as well have just been doing a very good job at keeping the puck out of their area and just keeping it in Central's goal.
Here's an opportunity for Wheeling Central, and if you look down at the bench, I mean, Central only has 6 guys on the bench, so essentially you're skating only 2 full lines, and then you have 1 extra player. I mean, that is going to come into as a factor later in this game, where Charleston essentially has a full bench. This shot is going to go wide to the right of Mandel. Will be picked up there by Wheeling Central, and trying to dump that one in is Kincaid. It's going to evade everybody and will roll on goal. And it'll be a face-off to the right of Minnick. So still not a shot on goal there, as that one just kind of trickled on once it came off the boards. 5-0 is your shots on goal in favor of Charleston. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I like what Coach McCardle's doing. It's short shifts down there. She knows she has a longer bench down there. She pretty much has 3 full lines. So she's going to make that to her advantage. Very short shifts down there, except for guys like Trey Judy and Blake Judy. They've both been out there for a pretty long time, so we'll see if that's going to be the plan here for Coach McCardle. Dump back in here by Connor Wood. That's Blake Judy coming behind the net. Loses the puck. Opportunity for Central as Stecker was upended on that blocker side by Minnick. It took that West Banco bounce there and then went right off of the skate of the Chiefs defender. And Stecker saw himself wide open in front of the net, trying to bring it back into the offensive zone. He's going to be stood up momentarily. Puck goes into the corner. Central trying to battle for it behind the net. It's a 2-on-2 behind the net. The Chiefs coming away with this one and wrapping it up the boards there. We got another number down there that we don't have on the roster, so we're going to have to try to pick that one up for you. And there's going to be a shot on goal. This one's going to be knocked away here by Wheeling Central. Davis with the interception. Tries to put one towards goal. It deflected off a defender and will roll on to Mandel, who makes the save. So, Hudson, you had that turnover down here, and Minnick was tested for the first time tonight, but I think Stecker was just as surprised as everybody that that puck was just laying right there.
Yeah, that was a crazy bounce. Like you said, the Banco bounce is a trademark of this arena, and yeah, it just gives you these weird positions that you're not expecting.
And then you had the Charleston Chief defender. I mean, he overskated it because of said Banco bounce. Burge trying to get around the defender. It's going to be stuck away in a battle of fives there in the far corner. That was Avery Berry, the counterpart there for the Charleston Chiefs. Puck goes into the far side corner. Here comes the captain, Jeffrey. Tries to whip it around the stanchion. Goes out to the point. Easy save, stick save made there by Minnick. And clearing it back up the boards here is Charleston. It's Mateo Lau. Lau trying to make himself some room. Goes between his legs and a backhand try in front. What a move there by Mateo Lau. Doesn't go on goal and will squirt out past the blue line, where Jeffrey will retreat into his defensive zone for Charleston. Lau picks it up again, was looking for Miller, decides to keep it himself, has his pocket picked initially by Maddox Ochap, and then it was brought back in offsides by Bodie Burge. 9:44 to go here in the first period. Still no score.
I'm seeing, I mean, some great defense here from the Chiefs. I think they're doing a great job at catching up to the Maroon Knights when they're in their territory, and they're doing a good job at playing keep away with the puck as well.
This one's going to be offsides there as that one did pop out. Great job by the linesman there on that conversation. One linesman almost kind of had his back turned. It was the far side linesman that made that call for the offsides, and it was the right one. But one thing you mentioned about Charleston's defense, not only are they getting the sticks on pucks too, but they are taking away the passing lanes. As soon as Wheeling Central grabs that puck, Charleston is getting right into those passing lanes. It was a little bit what I talked about last game, where you play that Russian style where you try to find an open patch of ice. Well, Charleston's taking that away, and they're forcing these guys to try to find the open man now.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Bringing it back up here is Atkins. Has it on his right side stick. Here's a shot right into the belly there in the CC logo of Seth Mandel, tracking that one the entire way. I thought for a second the way Mandel had his skate coming off the far side post, I thought he was going to try to push away to the near side post, and he stayed right there and made that save. We're going to see this here from Atkins. Gets it right at the top of the slot, and then Mandel staying in his position, goes right into the CC logo there for Wheeling Central, and then right into the glove of Mandel. Just picture perfect goaltending right there. Another picture perfect as he was able to track that one the entire way. As now McMullen and Griffin want to have a conversation down there. Griffin kind of gave Mullen a shove from behind, and Mullen's like, hey, I don't think we're going to do that tonight. Let's not set that standard, shall we? Jimmy Griffith will line up over on the far side. Don't seem to be any worse for wear. Just a little friendly shove there as McMullen grabs it now behind, or Grady Mullen, excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Hey, first night for me too, but we're going to get it. Parker now picks it up. Parker gets in his defensive zone, creates some space in the neutral zone. Once again, Charleston getting right in the middle there of that passing lane. I thought Parker had plenty of time, and Charleston said, no way, we're going to take away that passing lane right away. But here comes a 3-on-1 back the other way for Wheeling Central. Ochap has it on his stick. Shot, save made by Minnick. Rebound squirts to the right, and it'll be picked up by Blake Judy, and Charleston has numbers back the other way if they hurry. 4-on-3 here for the Chiefs. Puck is going to hop over the stick of Maggard, and he's going to be forced to take a hit into the corner. Wheeling Central cannot get the puck out of the zone. It'll be picked up there by Charleston. Walker fires one towards goal. Not able to go on goal. Somehow it still made it on Mandel, and the referee, I think, lost sight of the puck. I don't think the net came off down there. I think the official just lost sight of the puck.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing that either. It definitely got caught in between at least 3 Knights there.
Yeah, the puck just kind of squirted out here. Here's that 2-on-1 opportunity. I love that shot by Ochap. Tried to go to the glove side, didn't quite get that top corner that he was aiming for, so Minnick was able to flash the glove out there, but you have to give credit to Minnick, too, taking away that angle on that 2-on-1. Now he's going to have to take away another angle as Connor Wood trying to come in, but Henry with a perfect play down there. That is going to be Avery Berry, I stand corrected. Berry with a terrific defensive play that brings an offensive opportunity back the other way for Charleston. Backhander on goal, save made by Mandel, went off of a Charleston body in front, and it'll be harmlessly pushed out of the zone there as Stecker was able to get it out. Connor Wood has it on his stick, had a few seconds there on the delayed offsides, tries to dump it through the neutral zone where Jeffrey will pick it up again for Charleston. He has his pocket pick. He's going to have to retreat now in front of his goaltender, Minnick. Kind of lost control, decided to bring the puck back behind the net. Jeffrey, with a lot of patience, flips it up there. It's going to be intercepted momentarily by Wheeling Central. That was Owen Mullen. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game, and that is going to be a clear slash every day of the week there, as the guilty party is going to be Owen Mullen.
So, Chris, do you think here that this, obviously the game gets slowed down, gets brought back to 0 here. Does this benefit the Maroon Knights? Does this benefit the Chiefs here? What do you think?
I think when you get that first power play, it's going to be whoever capitalizes here. If the penalty kill kills this one off, that's going to swing the momentum in Wheeling Central's favor. But if Charleston's able to get one on the board here, you definitely know when you get that first goal, the momentum's going to go your way.
Yep.
So Mullen with a slashing call here. So the Chiefs here on the power play with 6:37 in counting, no score. Chiefs out shooting the Maroon Knights right now 10-4 as Mateo Lau tries to gain the red line. He does, and will dump it back in. Finn TU has to give chase. McMullen from behind the net kind of had his pocket pick there. Now Jeffrey, the captain, has it on his stick. Wants to dump it back behind the goal. Too far for his forward. McMullen tries to clear it up the sideboards. Charleston able to keep it in. Mateo Lau with patience over on the far side. Lau gets it back on a one-timer. It's going to go off the stick there of Finn TU and up into the netting. And we will have a face-off coming to the glove side, or to the blocker side rather, of Seth Mandel.
And Wheeling Central bringing in Burge and also bringing in Connor Wood. Those are two very nice players. They've been very active in this game so far. And like you were saying, Central, not a very deep bench here. So
no, they are definitely missing some players out there. We'll try to get you to some of the players that they are missing down there. That one goes off of the post as the official was right there to see that just clearly went off the post. Jeffrey and Wood have a collision here on the far side. Looked like Jeffrey might have got the elbow up a little bit, but I think that was mostly shoulder that hit the helmet there of Connor Wood. So the whistle stays in the pockets. Mateo Lau trying to wrap around side to the left side. A shot by Veer and a save made by Mandel. Veer picks it up, was looking toward the middle, but right there was Connor Wood. I tell you what, I gave a lot of credit to Charleston taking away those passing lanes, but on this penalty kill, it has been all Wheeling Central in that box formation there, in that penalty kill, taking away any passes around center ice. This one's going to be backhanded out here by Wheeling Central as Lau's going to retreat into his offensive zone and start the rush again for Charleston. This one's going to be knocked off the stick of Trey Judy rather. And it'll be brought back. Jeffrey gets it back over to Trey Judy, kicks it all the way up to the far side blue line. And controlling it there was Hendricks Veer, unable to find one of his forwards. McMullen clears it up the boards. Here goes Maddox Ochap. Ochap at the top of the slot, gets it. Ochap still in the slot. It's going to go well over the net of the goaltender Minnick. And now Charleston is going to go on the penalty kill here as Hendricks Veer upended Parker from behind. And now Veer wants to take another shove at McMullen. Finn TU has it behind the net. And Veer's going to touch it up there. And Wheeling Central now will get their opportunity on the power play. So Hudson, going back to your question there on who this was going to benefit, Wheeling Central gets the big penalty kill. They have some of the momentum now, and now they really have an opportunity to take this momentum and really shift it even further towards them.
As their penalty kill was coming up to, you saw Mullen come in real hot there, trying to disrupt any kind of, vision there on that play. That was a very good way to start, coming out of the power play hot there. So I like the way that the Maroon Knights handled that.
So the face-off being won to himself there by Rowan Parker. Burge has it at the blue line. That's what I talked about. I knew Burge was going to be back there on the power play. I just hadn't seen it this year, so I couldn't confirm it. But Burge is back there on the power play. Burge into the slot now. A shot, and what a save by Minnick! Oh my goodness! Jonah Minnick just finding that one through traffic, and the windmill save there. Wow. I don't know how Minnick tracked that. There was about 6 bodies in the way there. You had 3 white jerseys and 3 maroon jerseys were all right there. Check this out on the replay. Burge just perfectly in the slot, and Minnick's like, I'll take that. I knew we were going to see a goaltending battle here tonight as well. Parker trying to center it towards the front. Shot, they score! Maddox Ochap gets Wheeling Central on the board, and they go over to celebrate with their student section. It's 1-0, a power play goal for the Maroon Knights.
Maddox Ochap coming in hot on that play there, found the opening.
Just wide open in front of the net, and when you leave Maddox Ochap wide open in front of the net, he's going to burn you every time. Going to wait for PA announcer AJ Proger to give us the assist on this one, because there's going to be a second one. I just didn't quite catch who it was going to be. But it is 1-0 in favor of Wheeling Central.
The Wheeling Central goal scored by number 36, Maddox
Ochap.
So we had Ochap with the goal.
Assisted by number 2, Rowan Parker.
We're going to have another power play coming up, and it is going to be Parker's going to get the only assist.
Once again, that's Ochap from Parker at 12:56. A power play goal.
Now the wheels starting to come off the bus here for Charleston, as they're going to have another penalty. I think this one's going to go against Jackson Legg. It was the far side official that caught it, so I think this was behind the play. And unfortunately, the official's back was towards us. So I can't tell if it was a holding call or not. But yeah, nonetheless, it will be a power play opportunity here for Wheeling Central. 1-for-1 already on the power play. And they get another immediate one with 3:47 to go here in the first period. Wheeling Central setting up the power play here. Here's another shot, save, rebound, save, another rebound, it's loose. It's still loose down there. It's under a Wheeling Central player, and now Ochap with an opportunity, and now everybody's gonna come together, grab a partner. Let's do-si-do. I think they're gonna take both of them here on this one, as Hendricks Beer and Connor Wood were throwing punches.
And what defense there by Jonah Minnick.
Yeah, Minnick with the save here. Here's the scramble. It is loose. Minnick had it there momentarily and then was just able to reach out with his blocker and the glove to bring that one down. So it's going to be Hendricks Veer and Connor Wood are going to pick up coincidental minor roughings here. So we're going to remain 5-on-4. For 1:49 here, Wheeling Central will still have the power play. Winning to Parker there is Parker. So 2 each for roughing on those coincidental minors. And I tell you what, I mean, that's tough on both sides, because you have Hendricks Beer, who is one of your top players for Charleston, and then you have Connor Wood, who's one of your top players for Wheeling Central. So that's a tough one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these teams react without those stars.
So McMullen having to retreat here. Grady Mullen, excuse me. I will get that right, because we have 2 Mullins and we have a McMullen. I will get that right. And bring it up here is Maddox Ochap, the lone goal scorer here. Ochap was trying to go around somebody, and it's going to be offsides as he was upended on the play there at the blue line. I think Ochap thought that might have been a stick, but it happened so quick that I have no idea what ended up catching him there. It might ended up being a hip, actually. Burge getting it down here. I thought for sure Burge should have picked up a second assist, because there was definitely a second assist on that power play goal. I just could not remember who shot it in from the point. But Burge now, or check that, that's not Burge dropping it in there. That's going to be Owen Mullen. It's going to be wrapped around here. So this Charleston penalty kill in the first minute has only allowed 1 Wheeling Central shot. Parker retreats behind the net, has Trey Judy in front of him. Parker able to avoid him, avoids his teammate in Maddox Ochap. Is he going to try to go coast to coast here? He is with the backhander, and the save made by Minnick. But Parker picked that one up behind the net. I don't think he had any intention of trying to go coast to coast there, but goes between 3 Charleston defenders, and then Minnick tracking this one the whole way. Watch this. Avoids Ochap, avoids 1 defender, goes around the 2nd defender, and a great job there by Minnick to stick that big Bauer stick out there and cut off the angle for Parker.
One thing I've been noticing, Chris, about these, these Maroon Knights is they love to kind of have a decoy player up front while there's a player behind them rushing with the puck to kind of disorient the Chiefs maybe, or just throw them off their game a little bit. And I really like that as an offensive maneuver.
And that's one thing, too, that you also give the opportunity for a drop pass there, whether it's going to be between the legs, whether it's going to be from the side. It also gives you that opportunity. But another thing that you kind of want to look at that as well, because you have Mateo Lau, who is one incredible forward and power play, or penalty killer, rather, out there. It's also going to evade the odd man rush coming back the other way because you have that guy back there. This one's going to go, I would say a souvenir, but I think there's only 3 of us over here. Hudson, our music guy, Andrew. also account executive for the Wheeling Nailers. Make sure you call him at 304-234-GOAL. Go to wheelingnailers.com. Big shout out to one of our sponsors here. Wheeling Nailers, the home here. They call West Banco Arena home. We'll also get a list of our sponsors here in the third period. Give a big shout out to everybody here who made this tournament possible here in the friendly city of Wheeling, West Virginia, as Maddox Ochap, well, that wasn't too friendly, as he was tripped up on the play. No call there. That one was clearly a stick, but I don't think the referees were going to put Charleston 2 men down here. Ochap has it over on the far side, has patience, looks down into the corner, brings it back out to Ochap, just playing pitch and catch with one of his teammates down there. That's Mullen. Gets it up the far side boards. Mullen down there in the corner. So Wheeling Central now really trying to work these boards and create space in the middle. There's a shot. It was tipped on. Minnick tracking it the whole way. Was able to get the blocker on that one. As the captain, Jeffrey, brings it back the other way. Was stood up momentarily. Kept control of the puck. And now he upends Mullen in a battle of eights over on the far side. Charleston trying to dump this one in. Goes off the stick of Kincaid. Now Parker giving chase. Has a tired Jeffrey out there on the ice. But Jeffrey doing a great job. Separated himself between player and puck. And now Wheeling Central trying to bring it back in. Another Atkins when Burge got tied up there. Burge with the reverse hit on one of the Charleston players. I think that was Griffith. And Fintiu going to bring it back the other way here for Wheeling Central. Chasing into the far corner is Stecker in a battle of 34s over on the far side. Wheeling Central coming away with this one. Shot's going to go on goal. Will be stuck away there by Minnick, who has really been tested. Wheeling Central has had the last 9 shots of this first period. At one point, it was 14-6. Now, Burge with an opportunity and a blocker save made by Minnick. Burge unable to control it. Blake Judy thought about pinning it up against the wall. Took a quick look up to the clock, realized there was 15 seconds to go and that he couldn't do that. So tries to dump it in there. And we have a battle here on the near side in front of the Wheeling Central bench. The puck is going to trickle back. A last second opportunity here for Charleston. They're not able to get the shot off, but man, what a first period we were treated to there, Hudson. 1-0 in favor of Wheeling Central, but the one thing I want to point out in that one was Wheeling Central now with the last 10 shots of that first period, because they were being outshot 14-6 at one point.
Yeah, Charleston definitely started this game off very defensively, and I think they kind of lost it maybe a little bit there when the Maroon Knights scored. A lot of good play there from both teams, though. Even though it is 1-0 in Central's favor, I think it's still been a pretty close game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the shots on goal are telling you that. And it's really come in spurts with these two teams, because that first shift, it was all Wheeling Central. That next shift, it was all Charleston. Charleston took advantage there for about 5 or 6 minutes where the ice was extremely tilted in their favor in the offensive zone. And then all of a sudden, right after that penalty kill, because you asked that question, right after that penalty kill, that's when Wheeling Central got the momentum. They get a power play goal, and then they get another power play, and then you get some coincidental minors. So Wheeling Central right now really riding that momentum into the second period.
Yeah, and like you said, having the last 9 shots in this is definitely boosting their confidence in this game, being up 1-0. It's going to be interesting to see what the Chiefs will do here. Maybe switching their defensive formation, maybe targeting certain players more. We'll see what the Chiefs will do here to adapt in the second period.
And that's the thing. I mean, they're definitely going to have the fresher legs coming into the third period. And that's not anything against the stamina of Wheeling Central. It's just the facts that Charleston pretty much, I mean, they have 3 full lines out there where Wheeling Central's skating with only 2 full lines and then that 1 extra player. So you have to know that legs are going to become a factor here in these later periods.
I think that's definitely why Central is starting off super aggressive, just constantly sending shots at the net there, because they know, down the line, their guys are going to get tired, and it's going to be hard to keep up with these fresh Chiefs players.
Now, how about the goaltenders in this one so far? I mean, Minnick just playing phenomenal, especially in that last 5 minutes. You had that mad scramble in front of the net. You had the glove save that you just alluded to. And then he makes a big save there near the end of the period with roughly 20 seconds to go. But Mandel just as equal to the task on the other side as well. It has been a goaltending battle here. I kind of expected it to go this way in the first period, but I'm going to see if both these teams are really going to open up this game now. Mullen in the far side. They try to get it back out to him. Mateo Lau getting right into the passing lane there. And Lau getting it around the far side. Lau's another one that's kind of a hybrid out there. You're going to see him play a little bit of defense, but mostly he's going to be a forward down there for the Charleston Chiefs. Kincaid has it at the point. It's going to be tipped towards goal, and another circus save there by Minnick. Just stretching out that glove on the redirection and making that save. Central bringing it back now the other way. It's going to be intercepted there. This is going to be by the assistant captain for Charleston, Avery Berry. Berry has it over on the far side, was looking for somebody to pass to. Nobody home but maroon jerseys. Nate McMullen gets it over on the far side. Can't hook up over to Grady Mullen. Now they get it up the boards, and Wheeling Central has the breakout play that they want as Parker able to get on his edge. 3-on-2 back the other way. Parker into the slot. Puck goes right off the backhand. It goes far to the right of Minnick. Even if that one would have made it on goal, Minnick had that stick in the perfect position to make that save. Fintillo gets it up to the red line here. Wheeling Central, they were looking to free up Burge over there on the near side, but bringing it back is Trey Judy, who's going to dump it into the corner. He's going to go get his own dump and bring it over to the far side. Charleston now with control. Now a 2-on-1, back the other way, and what a shifty stick there by number 34. That was Blake Judy, just getting that stick right out there and knocking that one away. I mean, that was so shifty there that he just came right out and at the perfect time just put that poke check.
Just completely flipped the play there. I mean, Central thought they were going to go back on offense, and, Judy just, there's the replay. I mean, look at this. Just absolute finesse. Or this is actually.
That was the save there by
Minnick.
That was unbelievable. So Minnick is very, how do you, acrobatic down there. I mean, that's just one of the best ways to describe Jonah Minnick. Trey Judy gets it behind the net. I think that bounced off of Mandel's stick, who makes the save. He lost it in midair, and then it was knocked away there by Parker. Bounces off of Fintillo, goes on goal. Yep, they did give him a shot on that one. I wasn't sure if they were going to give it to him or not, because I don't know if that puck was going wide or not. Burge, he's going to be stood up there by Blake Judy. I was going to say, that's not one guy you're going to get around very often in Blake Judy. And Burge has stood up there, but now he has another opportunity. This time he does get around Judy. They were trying to free up Ochap over on the far side, who already has the lone goal in this game on the power play for Wheeling Central. Trey Judy bringing it back the other way for Charleston. Judy trying to go between three Maroon Knights. Not going to happen. And Burge, though, gets it up to the point. Here's a one-timer by Veer, and he's going to fire it wide off to the right. But Charleston keeps it in. They were looking for Veer in the middle, and he wasn't able to get to it. Now a foot race here in front of the Charleston bench. Dumped back in here for the Chiefs. Veer gets it over on the far side. A sneaky little shot there as Mandel had to put the pad down to make that save. A lot of offensive time here as the ice continues to tilt in favor of Charleston right here as they've had the offensive zone pressure for about 2 minutes. Trey Judy sets one on goal. I think he was trying to get a tip there in front from Veer, but a great job by Mullen to tie up Veer there and not allow the tip, and a clean save in lane there for Seth Mandel.
I agree. Central is doing a very good job at starting and getting these face-offs in their advantage. Here's the replay here, and
there's a shot by Judy. See, right there,
yep.
You saw that tie-up by Mullen. That's a battle that we're going to see all night long, too, between Veer and Mullen. I mean, one of the best defensemen in the state in Mullen, one of the top offensive players in Veer. Another opportunity for Charleston as they get it back into their own zone. Connor Wood, fresh out of the box there, as I should have mentioned, was Hendricks Veer after serving their coincidental roughing minors. Here's an opportunity for Charleston. Gets it back to the point. They were trying to look for Veer. This one's going to be picked off by Connor Wood. Veer able to catch up to him on the back check and knock this one away as Hendricks Veer is going to get it behind the net. He's going to drop it off for his captain in Jeffrey. Jeffrey looking back up for Veer. Goes into his skates. Veer able to knock it forward. Fintillo knocks it away momentarily. Doesn't go out of the zone as Charleston keeps it in. Here's Hank Maggard. Maggard in front of the sponsorship sign, looking back. Maggard goes to the backhand, puts one on goal. Save made by Mandel. Maggard gets his own rebound behind the net, tries to dump it up to his point man. It's going to be knocked away here by Wheeling Central. Mullen has a 2-on-1 if he hurries. Mullen just going to shoot this one towards goal, and Minnick able to glove this one away. as Jeffrey would like to have a conversation with Mullen after a slash there on the hand of Minnick. But Hudson, one thing that I am noticing is Minnick really favors that glove side. He is almost daring Wheeling Central to shoot to that side. He's taken away the right side on the blocker. Watch this angle here. See, he baited him, and then he went all the way over to make that sliding glove save because he was almost all the way over on that far side post.
Yeah, very impressive there from Minnick. And, oh, one-on-one, and nice goalie block there by Mandel.
Mandel, a huge save there to deny Mateo Lau, who just came right in the middle, split the Wheeling Central defense, and then went one-on-one with Mandel. But Mandel was the same way on that one. He moved his body. He knew Lau was going to stay on the forehand there. He moved his body to that far post, and Lau had no choice but to literally try to shoot it through him.
I think you're 100% right, Chris, about this goalie battle. I mean, both guys are just, like you were saying, acrobatic. I mean, making tremendous saves here, and it's very exciting to see these.
I mean, if the game ended right now 1-0, you know goalie 1 and goalie 2 are going to be your stars of the game right there.
Easily.
I mean, but yeah, we'll see what plays out here in the latter minutes of this second period. 12 minutes to go, 1-0 Wheeling Central on a power play goal by Maddox Ochap. Charleston trying to clear the zone now. Burge picks it off. Now Central trying to tilt the ice the other way here as Charleston had a lot of control in the early minutes here of the second period. Parker not able to get to it, but the puck's going to roll all the way up where Mullen's going to dump it back into the corner here for Bodie Burge. Tries to avoid a hit there. He does. Burge with a battle here in the neutral zone. Veer tried to go for the puck, missed it, and bringing it back the other way here is Parker. Parker with the puck, tries to go through two Charleston defenders. The puck was loose, but once again, referee lost sight of the puck. And now we're going to have a little pushing and shoving here. Kind of an early whistle, but once again, official losing sight of the puck there and makes the opportunity. Plus another thing, it's kind of rare, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, as here's the opportunity by Parker, and Minnick made that save. Now, Minnick is in a dangerous position right there. Every now and again, it is at the discretion of an official. They will go ahead and play the signal to play dead. It's rare that it happens. That could have been what might have actually happened in that situation. Mullen retreating back into his own end. Dump it over to the side corner. Mullen, that puck hops over his stick as Kincaid is going to have to retreat. I don't think Kincaid is well, yeah, he is a normal defenseman. I do apologize, folks. I was going to say, I thought he was another one that really played up, but he's definitely been playing in the defensive position here tonight. Mullen over on the far side corner evades the captain. Jeffrey, a no-look pass there by Connor Wood. That was his only option there, but unfortunately for Connor, there was nothing but white jerseys in front of him. And Jeffrey and Legg coming together to make that defensive play for Charleston. Here's the captain, Jeffrey. He's trying to go coast to coast now. Kincaid passes it right over to the far side to Legg, who tries to dump it in here. It's going to hit off of a body of a Maroon Knight. Wheeling Central can't clear the zone. This is danger for the Maroon Knights. Trey Judy with the shot. Tried to go to the far side post. It goes wide. Stecker applying pressure up front. And a save made there by Mandel. Now, this one's been pretty much back and forth. And if you're in the arena, you can see, well, right here on our screen as well, 21-21 here on Shots on Goal, Hudson. This has been an extremely even game throughout.
I 100% noticed the fact that, I mean, these teams are just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think the Maroon Knights, though, are starting to kind of, you know, play a little bit more physical, trying to really push more of that gas down on the Chiefs here. And the Chiefs, it looks like they're not letting up.
The Chiefs are really trying to work the puck behind the net here because, I mean, you look at it, you have the two defensemen right on the post there. There's a shot by Veer that Mandel was able to get the blocker on, and then he also tapped the post there, who's your best friend as a goalie if the puck doesn't go in. Here's another opportunity for Ochap. One goal already. Ochap can't get around the defender. Try to look for the wraparound shot. Blocker save made by Minnick, and this will be cleared away here by Hendricks Veer, who's going to take a hit and felt the pressure coming. McMullen going to get it all the way over to the far side. That's Finn Tiu. His players clear the offensive zone. He's able to dump in. Jeffrey, the captain for Charleston, looking across a dangerous pass right into the slot there, evades everybody, and Maggard bringing it down the other way. He's going to lose the puck, and bringing it back the other way is Charleston. Griffith with a sneaky little shot there, goes up over the crossbar, and now Parker and Blake Judy giving chase. Judy going to try to use the behind his net, and he does. Judy bringing it up the far side board, near side boards rather. Gets knocked off the puck by Ochap momentarily. Judy now tied up with Burge here on the near side, right in front of our sponsor signs. And this one's going to go all the way down, but not for an icing, as it made it on goal there. I mean, kind of an easy save for Minnick, but hey, they don't ask how, they just ask how many. And he now has 22 saves on the night, as does Seth Mandel. Tied up on the play is Connor Wood. Here's a shot that goes on to Mandel, and he makes his 24th save of the night, because they are going to give him credit for a rebound there. 8:37 to go here in the second period. Shots have been aplenty, 24-23 in favor of Charleston, but Wheeling Central leads 1-0.
I think that Charleston is, you can see on a lot of, oh, here, we'll take this replay here.
Yeah, Mandel just doing a perfect job tracking that puck the entire way.
And Veer almost getting that right above Mandel's shot, but Mandel is just great at tracking these pucks.
Battle here on the far side. Oh, what happened? I don't know if Haley's stick broke there or what, but he had to drop it. Connor Wood tries to go to the backhand. It was a one-timer that went to the wide to the left. I think it was almost an inadvertent one-timer there. I believe Tio just had his stick down. It just hit right off of his stick, almost like a perfect tape-to-tape pass. Connor Wood bringing it back up. This one's going to be knocked away. Icing's going to be waved off here, as having plenty of time to get back to that is Grayson Goslink. First time we've called his name tonight out there for the Charleston Chiefs. Connor Wood getting in center ice, but I tell you what, both teams have definitely not had the energy that they had here in the first period. These teams now, you can see that there's the fatigue starting to settle in a little bit.
Especially for Central, you can tell that short bench is starting to kind of get to them here. But again, they're still playing very fast, still being able to keep up with Charleston here. And there you go, sending a shot deep into the Chiefs' territory.
This one's going to go down for an icing there by Connor Wood. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's one thing head coach P.J. Radcliffe told his boys before the game. He said, hey, guys, make sure you're drinking that high octane, because you're going to need it here tonight. But, I mean, Hudson, you know, what we alluded to in that first game is, I mean, win or lose, you're playing again tomorrow. So, I mean, you're going to have to do something to get these legs back under you for these games tomorrow.
And I think Central's idea is, hey, maybe if we just keep putting on the lead up early, we don't got to worry about our legs so much.
Jeffrey with a shot there, and another clean save. Great job there by Nate McMullen, clearing out, I think that was Call that was in front. And it was, Benjamin Call was in front there. But you had the defense from Wheeling Central. When these shots are coming in, the defense from Wheeling Central, they are tying up the forwards in front of the net. You're going to see it here. Here's Jeffrey with the shot. Now, Call was wide open in front of the net there. So just a miscommunication between the defense of Wheeling Central, but you got to give credit to Charleston for that really quick shot as well. Burge with a shot. It's going to go right into the midsection there of Jeffrey, and will be retreated back here to the neutral zone. Trying to get it back in there was Burge. And then Call's going to be stood up here in front of the Wheeling Central bench by Parker. Mateo Lau, who's had a couple opportunities tonight, he tries to shoot one on goal, and it's going to roll harmlessly to Mandel. It was McMullen, his defenseman, that was in front of him, and Mandel will make his 26th save of the night. 22 for Jonah Minnick, 26 for Seth Mandel here tonight. Goaltenders taking center stage here in the first half of this game. 6:40 to go. In the second period, Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis, bringing you all the action all evening long. We have 1.5 games down, and another opportunity here for Wheeling Central. Here comes TU, has it over on the far side. Looking for the hip check there was number 5. That was Avery Berry, and it's going to be dumped now behind the goal. Jeffrey going to bring it out there for Charleston. He has a 4-on-2 back the other way if he hurries. Jeffrey looking towards the middle, evades one player, and bringing it back the other way was Veer. Atkins has it on his stick. Here's a shot, save made by Mandel. And then also dumping it down into the corner was Mullen. And now Central has some time here as Connor Wood, with patience, goes cross ice now to TU, who's going to have to get it on his backhand. I think TU might have felt the pressure coming in there as we have some pushing and shoving going on over on the near side, or far side rather, as Trey Judy going to dump this one back in, and retreating back there rather. Sorry, words are hard tonight. Finn TU is going to get it all the way over to Isaac TU. Isaac trying to go up the far side boards here. McMullen inadvertently was run into by Veer, and that's going to give an opportunity for Hendricks. Veer tries to turn it towards goal. Veer shot it towards goal. Mandel got a pad or a stick on that. I'm not sure which one, but either way, that changed direction because of Seth Mandel. Trey Judy with an opportunity, but he loses his balance on the big one-timer, and it'll go wide to the left of Mandel. And Wheeling Central is really on their heels right now as TU, every ounce of gas that he has left in the tank, was using it to put the pressure there on Jeffrey, and a very, very relieving icing call there for Wheeling Central.
Yeah, Wheeling Central definitely feeling the heat there in that last couple minutes. I mean, Charleston was sending them so many shots there, and I mean, Mandel was doing a great job at deflecting them, but I mean, you know they're exhausted after a stint like that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, they were definitely on their heels that entire time, but Mandel was strong and up to the task there. He's getting a few extra drinks of water while the puck's down in the other end. He's got to flip that mask back down, just trying to get any breather that he can down there. Yeah, I think if you're Wheeling Central, it's almost just survive the second period right now. I mean, you don't want to take your foot off the gas, but you almost are kind of in survival mode right now with a 1-goal lead. Here's an opportunity for Veer over on the far side. I can tell you one thing, you're going to see a heavy dose of Mateo Lau and Hendricks Veer in this third period for Charleston. I can tell you that right now.
We're already seeing them kind of creeping up too.
Parker with an opportunity. Oh, Chap had it on the backhand. I'll tell you what, if he had that on the forehand, we might be talking about goal number 2 for Maddox there. But it went on his backhand. Miscommunication there for Charleston, and another opportunity almost for Wheeling Central as Parker steps into him. Oh, Chap! Shot, he scores! Charleston unable to clear the zone. Maddox Ochap was standing right there at the top of the circles, beats Minnick on the glove side, which those words aren't going to come out of very many broadcasters' mouths, and goes right over the glove side, and what a shot there by Maddox Ochap. So here's the miscommunication with Hendricks Veer. Griffith's going for the puck there. He gets beat to it by Ochap, and Ochap beats Minnick over the glove side. It's now a 2-0 lead for Wheeling Central, but not to say it, but a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. So, I said earlier that Wheeling Central, all he had to do was survive this second period, but Maddox Ochap puts his team on his back and gets his second of the night.
He came in like a thief in the night there, just stole it right out of the slot, and that was such a fast shot too, and perfect accuracy as well.
And not getting the puck out of your own defensive zone, that is going to burn you every time in hockey. So Mullen rather, in a battle here with Lau on the far side, or near side. So they're giving Burge an assist on that one. Maybe making up for the assist that he should have had on the first goal. Because, I mean, that was clearly passed to him right by a Charleston player. So Burge does get credit for his assist finally that he should have had in the first period.
He definitely earned it there.
I mean, it does happen. I get it. You know, it's not the pros where you can go back and, review every single play. I get it. But with our team down there with Jonathan Burkhart, Dave, everybody, PJ, I'm pretty sure if we asked them, we could probably get another opportunity there. And Seth Mandel says, I will take that. And then he just flips it off to the side there after making the save. What a goaltending battle we have going on here. Because you cannot fault Minnick for that second goal. I mean, it was just a turnover and then just an absolute missile.
Yeah, that was a super, super hot shot coming right out of Central.
Now, if you're Charleston, though, you really got to keep the foot on the gas here for this final 3-14. Even though Wheeling Central has a 2-0 lead, they are definitely getting tired out there. You have to take advantage of that because the ever-needed break is coming up, and this could be a completely different game in the third period.
Agreed completely. They can, I mean, Central can can really maybe get some of that energy back in the intermission between the third period and come out looking even stronger.
And that was a great play there for Wheeling Central. They threw it up the boards, and it trickled onto Minnick here. And now they're going to have that offensive zone face-off. There's that goal again from Ochap. I love it. Goes right over and celebrates with the student section of Wheeling Central. And Parker winning this one forward. My goodness. It was almost like he was playing tennis down there on that one. Ochap was already looking for the hat trick. Back the other way comes Charleston with numbers. Over on the far side, Trey Judy gets it, wrapping it around the corner. Here's Jeffrey. He's in the slot. Takes the shot. Mandel makes the big save again. So, Hudson, we were talking about when was Coach McCardle going to shorten that bench, and she's already done it. You're seeing that heavy dose of Veer now. You're seeing Maggard out there a lot. You're seeing Jeffrey back there. She is really shortening that bench here in this second period.
Definitely trying to get a faster cycle, and let's see this face-off here in Central's territory.
Be a face-off one here by the Maroon Knights momentarily, but Jeffrey gets it along the boards. It's going to trickle off of Kincaid. He hasn't knocked off his stick, as Veer going to bring it around here for Charleston. I didn't think he was going to be able to toe the blue line right there with two Maroon Knights in the way. Burge able to get it over to Ochap. These two already hooked up once tonight. Another opportunity as Minnick couldn't come up with that. Burge gets it behind the net, trying to bring it forward, and Veer will intercept it there. Tries to hit it back up the boards as the clock is going to strike right around 2 minutes here in the second period. Twos are wild as Wheeling Central leading 2-0 over Charleston here in the second period. Under 2 minutes to go now. Charleston trying to get more momentum coming back the other way. Puck hits off of the skate of a Maroon Knight. Charleston, Veer has it. Spinorama shot. It's going to be tipped in front. And I think they actually tipped that one away from the goal because Veer's shot was looking like it was going straight towards Seth Mandel. Minnick wants to come out and play this one. It's still loose. And oh my goodness, Jeffrey about put that one in his own net as he was trying to stuff it into Minnick there for him to make the save. But another big offensive zone faceoff favoring Wheeling Central.
That was definitely a close call there for Minnick. Get that replay again, and I mean, you can just see.
Yeah, it was a foot race down there. So Minnick misplayed it. You want to play the puck with the glove there. You do not want to play it with that blocker. And then Jeffrey was trying to stuff it back in there and almost stuffed it in his own net. But Trey Judy going to put his team on his shoulders now. Judy was looking for somebody to pass to. Nobody there. And TU will bring it back the other way here for Wheeling Central. Wood has it slide off his stick. Mateo Lau picks it up at the neutral zone. Going to retreat into his defensive zone. Kicks it up over to the far side. Beautiful pass up to Leg. Leg tries to throw it on goal. It's going to go wide to the right of Seth Mandel on that blocker side. Connor Wood picks it up along the blue line. Comes in 3-on-2 back the other way. Wood looking towards the middle. Backhander try. Goes to the wide of Minnick. TU not able to catch up with it rather. Leg is able to. Leg picking it up here for Charleston. Goes to his backhand and it will trickle wide right of Mandel again on that blocker side and will be dumped into the neutral zone here. Blake Judy not able to get to it. He's going to have to retreat into his own end with 36 seconds remaining here in the second period. Wheeling Central hanging on to a 2-0 lead over Charleston. Here goes Blake Judy trying to dump it back. Nobody home. Mateo Lau going to pick it up. Lau in his own face-off circle tries to dump it up forward, but Wheeling Central had both defenders all the way back at their defensive blue line. Ochap trying to pick it up again, turns it over, and here comes Charleston 2-on-3 back the other way. Lounge with a shot. It's going to be deflected wide, and now an opportunity for Maddox Ochap. The only 2 goals here in this game, and Ochap has stood up hard there by the captain and Jeffrey. Ochap able to get up on his own power as he gives a shove to Jeffrey and lets him know, hey, buddy, I already got 2 goals here tonight. I just wanted to remind you. And then Jeffrey says, yeah, well, I just landed a pretty big hit. So I think they both win on that one as we are going to head to the ice cut and the intermission here. 2-0 in favor of Wheeling Central over Charleston. You're listening to the West Virginia State Hockey Championships presented by WVU Medicine.
Restoration, the Stuckey Firm, the Glessner Group, Main Street Bank, Lamar. 3, 2, 1.
Life moves fast. Whether you're building a business, protecting your family, or planning for the future, you need a team you can trust. At the Glessner Group, we specialize in accounting, insurance, and financial solutions. 3 powerful services, all under one roof. We're not just your advisors, we're your partners for life's big decisions. The Glessner Group, here for your future every step of the way. Visit us at theglessnergroup.com. Stop by today.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
My name is Dr. Mark Hoffbauer, and I'm a foot and ankle surgeon with WVU Medicine. We saw a lot of advances within our profession with regard to how we treated athletes, especially from the surgical techniques like lateral ankle stabilizations and how we fixed fractures in athletes and how the biomechanics of how these people get hurt and how their foot functions. They're aggressive and wanting to get back, and so you can work with them on their protocols to get them where they need to be. So I've always enjoyed that part of it.
Project Best has been helping build the Ohio Valley since 1984. Our mission is simple: to educate the public and advocate for union construction throughout the Upper Ohio Valley. When you hire a Project Best contractor, you're getting a highly skilled workforce that completes projects safely, on time, and on budget. You're also supporting local workers, keeping jobs and dollars right here in the Ohio Valley. Learn more about our contractors and construction unions at projectbest.com.
My name is Patrick Storr, and I'm a physical therapist with WVU Medicine. A lot of people in the Valley have the misconception that you need to leave the area to get a good joint replacement. I've been a physical therapist in the Valley for 32 years. I've rehabbed countless numbers of total knee, total hip replacement patients. The techniques that they use here are just as advanced as anyone else, and the outcomes. That's what I look at as a therapist. The outcomes are just as good, if not better, than anybody else.
I meet people every single day who are dealing with injury, dealing with a loss of a loved one, who are dealing with a situation in their darkest hour. Fortunately, I get to be a part of that story. I get to help them work through that problem. The Stuckey firm is here for you to provide you the resources and experience that you need to get back on your feet.
This game is once in a century. Be there at West Bank Arena on April 12th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
We want to celebrate Mateo. You are the assistant captain of your hockey team, defender of the year in soccer, a record holder in track, student body president, never made a B. You've just spent your life setting goals and achieving them, and we can't wait to see what you do next. We love you very much. We're proud of you.
Good luck, seniors.
Hey, Logan. It's been a joy to watch you play hockey all of these years. You've developed into a great teammate, leader, defenseman, and this year the captain of your hockey team.
We've had a blast watching you play, buddy. We're super proud of you. Congratulations. We love you and can't wait to see what the future holds for you.
Jackson, we have enjoyed every minute of watching you grow and play on the ice.
And we're very proud of you.
We love you and we wish you all the best.
Hey, Bodie, sending you good luck on your last state tournament from warm, sunny Florida. Love you.
Good luck, Bodie, and all the Wheeling Central seniors and team. Bodie, this is your last states. Make it count. Love you.
Good luck, Bodie, in your state tournament. I love you.
And we're back here at Westbanco Arena. Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis. And Hudson, we were just talking off the air here, 2-0 in favor of Wheeling Central, but we were also talking with our music guy here, Andrew Dalton, who is very, very knowledgeable about hockey, played the game for an extremely long time. This game, minus the score, I mean, this is such an even hockey game between these two teams.
Oh, yeah. It is a stalemate on everything other than the scoreboard here. And, I mean, both goalies playing well. I mean, you got players like, Bodie Burge is playing great. For Charleston, the
everybody.
Judys. Yeah. The Judys are really standing out to me, though, for them.
Yeah, and the one thing Wheeling Central is doing really well is guys that really put the puck in the net there, like Hendricks Veer, like Mateo Lau. You have Hank Maggard as well. I mean, they are really shutting those guys down. Like you mentioned, though, both of the Judys have been able to get into the slot and get some really good opportunities. Nothing's just been able to get past Seth Mandel, and that just shows the gamesmanship of Seth Mandel and how ready he is to go. I tell you what, though, if you were Charleston, I think you really, really needed to get a goal there in that second period, because now, I mean, this becomes a 17-minute hockey game right now. And Wheeling Central, they get their legs back under them there in that intermission. I think this has got to favor Wheeling Central going into this third period.
I agree with that completely. I think Charleston going into the intermission, if they would have had the goal there, I mean, they would have had all the momentum coming into this. But now it's kind of, like you said, Central's fresh. And with that 2-0 lead, it's going to be hard to get back up 2 points in just this final period. So, I mean, we'll see what Charleston can do here. They've had a lot of opportunities, though, to score. And it's just, like you said, Mandel. Mandel is performing tremendously out there.
And you have two fantastic coaches down there. I mean, coaching staffs in general, but knowing PJ Radcliffe for a while and seeing Brooke McCardle through her playing career and now her coaching career, you have two very, very smart leaders down there that are really leading their teams. Two leaders that know so much about the game of hockey. So I'm really excited to see what adjustments both teams are making here in the third period. And now we're finally going to get that opportunity, as the puck drops and we are back underway here from Westbanco Arena. Quarterfinal number 2 of the evening. Wheeling Central taking on Charleston here. Chris Thoburn alongside of Hudson Davis bringing you all of the action here for the West Virginia State Hockey Tournament. The Bob Otten Trophy that's sitting right down in between the benches on the line here. And Parker trying to break away. Parker going towards goal. And Minnick up to the task there. Nope, there wasn't a shot that went on goal there, so Minnick was not able to get the stick on there. Just a great defensive play by Charleston. And here comes Mateo Lau back the other way, and a big save there by Mandel. And I tell you what, another thing that Coach Radcliffe is doing with his Wheeling Central team, he is having them pressure him at the top of the face-off dots and then trying to force them to the outside. I see this a lot with teams. They try to force them to the middle in the blue line. Well, what does that do? You still have more room to go around the outside and you can get that angle back. So what they're doing is they're pinching back and then just picking the guys up in the face-off circles, and that's why a lot of these shots from Charleston are coming outside of the slot.
Yeah.
Minnick, this one's going to roll on to him as he had TU rushing in there. And that's, man, I tell you what, smart play there by Wheeling Central. I don't know who keeps shooting it down on Minnick from far down, but you took a defensive zone faceoff, dumped it all the way down, forced Minnick to cover it, and now all of a sudden you have an offensive zone faceoff.
That is very true. That is a very smart central team out there. You're right. Somebody losing their stick.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, yeah, you may get an icing call or something, but it's also going to give you a little bit of a breather, too. I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. Minnick kind of, unfortunately, was playing with the stick all the way up by the butt end there. And here comes Veer with that speed. Veer going in, and a shot made by Mandel. And now a stick goes flying as McMullen would like to have a word with Call, as he feels that he got an extra whack there on Mandel. So he said, I'm going to knock your stick out of your hands momentarily. And now Call wants to have a conversation with Mullen, who didn't even do it. That was McMullen. I think Call was just as confused as I was because, two Mullins and a McMullen. You should have heard me last year. I was tripping all over those names.
One thing I will say about this game, Chris, is not a lot of penalties. It's been a very fast fast game.
Yeah, because I don't think we've had anything since coincidental roughing minors.
I'm not that I'm remembering either.
Now, the next penalty, no matter what team it's on, the fans are going to be blaming you now, Hudson. You
classic
jinxed it.
jinx, yep.
You jinxed it. Burge, or to check that was TU, I stand corrected, bringing it over on the far side. He has McMullen calling for the puck, tries to go up the middle. Too hot to handle there for Parker, but now they're forcing Charleston to retreat into their defensive zone. And nobody really wanted the puck there for Charleston. They just kind of kept trying to do those tip passes, and nobody was home. But now Charleston gets possession back. Miller unable to handle the pass. It'll be knocked up the boards here by Burge. We had a collision behind the play. I think it was Parker and Atkins. It was an inadvertent collision. Now Miller with an opportunity in the slot, and TU stands in the way there and gets another block shot. I think that's the second block shot of the night for Finn TU. Parker has it knocked off his stick, but Burge is going to pick it up, trying to go towards slot. Miller knocks it down. Kincaid able to keep it in there. What a great play. As I thought Kincaid might have been offsides there, but he reached that glove across and kept it in the zone. Great play. Miller coming back in, has his pass intercepted by Parker, who has a clean lane to the outside, tried to go to that far side post. He knew that Minnick liked to cover that near side post, so he decided to go far side post, and it went just wide. Kincaid keeping it back in for Central. Here's a one-timer try by Wood. It's going to be blocked away there. I think getting his hands on that one was the assistant captain, Avery Berry. And it's going to go over to Connor Wood coming across the red line. Dumps it all the way back in, and bringing it up the boards is Mullen. Trying to get it over there. There was another tip pass, but Charleston's going to bring this one in offsides, as trying everything he could to get back in there was Kelly.
Just 2 minutes have gone by in this third period here, and I mean, we're already seeing the Chiefs kind of upping their game in the offensive department. I'm seeing a lot more shots coming from them.
We haven't really seen the usual suspects out there as a whole lot, though.
Yeah.
Oh, there they come as soon as I said it. I was going to say, I was expecting a heavy dose of Lau, Legg, and Trey Judy. And now that first line coming back out there, it's not going to be too much longer, too. You're going to be seeing a heavy dose of Hendricks Veer, too. So Lau taking the face-off here against Parker. Parker's going to win it back. And TU able to gain the red line. It's going to dump it all the way in. It's going to wrap around the boards. Blake Judy overskated. An opportunity goes off the post there for Burge. I think Minnick had that angle the entire way. Burge with another opportunity. It's going to be stolen away by Lau. Maddox Ochap trying to catch up with him. Fantastic job on the back check. And a shot from Judy is going to be tipped by Lau. And it is going to go wide. And now another opportunity for Charleston in front. And it's going to be dumped away there for Wheeling Central, as McMullen gets a whack there on Trey Judy. And bringing it back the other way is Burge. Parker now trying to bring it forward. A backhand, he scores! Rowan Parker gives Wheeling Central a 3-0 lead. And just what a play there. Charleston wasn't able to slow down the rush. Parker goes around and goes to the blocker side of Minnick. And Central extends their lead to 3-0.
Take a look at this replay here. I mean, this backhand from Parker, he didn't get all of it, but it still rolled in there.
Yeah,
great.
that puck was rolling like a wheel, and then it was almost like a knuckleball going in there. Burge better get another assist on that one. So Rowan Parker, marking down as an assist. He actually got the goal. So here's the call from PA announcer AJ Proker. Yeah, I was going to say, Burge better be getting an assist on that one.
They gave him some credit. They gave him some credit finally.
So 2 assists now on the night for Bodie Burge. Like I said, I've never even talked to this young man, so please don't think I'm being biased there. It's just I'm spitting out the facts. Thanks to our replay from 1JB Media and the entire team down there. But I knew Burge got his stick on that one. Now 3-0 in favor of the Maroon Knights. There's that line. Veer, Lau, and Blake Judy. And then you have Jeffrey and Barry back there. I have a feeling this is going to be the heavy dose that you're going to see now for this counterattack for Charleston. Mateo Lau behind the net, tries to get it forward, goes towards goal, was knocked away there. I apologize, couldn't catch the number. That was Kincaid. It was the one that knocked that away and gets it out of harm's way forcing Jeffrey and the Chiefs to retreat all the way into their own end, and bringing it back the other way is Mateo Lau. It hops over the stick of Trey Judy rather on the far side. It's going to hit off the hand of Barry, and it's going to land into the box there. Maddox Ochap knocking this one back in. Shots are 32 even, and we have exactly 12 minutes to go here in this quarterfinal game. 32 saves on the night for Seth Mandel, 29 saves for his counterpart in Jonah Minnick.
You know, Chris, I got a question for you here. I feel like the Charleston Chiefs, they're getting deep. They're able to get into that territory. They're having their trouble maintaining their positioning in that territory there, though. What do you think they could do to possibly better their odds of staying there?
You got to create yourself. You got to create room for yourself, because, like I mentioned, it was right at the beginning of this period, especially when Charleston is bringing the entry in. They're just not getting clean entries. They're immediately going to that face-off circle because of the defense of Wheeling Central. You've got to be able to create space. Way easier said than done, but you have to be able to create that space. Maddox Ochap looking for the hat trick here as he had the puck on his stick, and it'll be knocked away here by Grayson Gosling. Tries to clear it up the boards, hops over the stick of Brody Burge and gets back over to TU, who's going to clear it into the middle, be stolen away here by Maggard, trying to create space for himself, just like I said. But that central attack is just relentless. Brody Burge, odd angle shot, save made by Minnick. And Burge bringing it back around here on the wraparound. Now Wheeling Central is really feeling this here with this 3-goal lead, and by no means are they letting off the gas here. They are bringing everything they can at Charleston because, like I said, Charleston's got to create some space, and they just can't with the speed here of the Maroon Knights. Stood up over there in the far corner. Great play by McMullen. And he gets it back over, just tries to hit it up the boards, though. Gosling's going to steal this one away. I believe that hit off a Maroon Knight player, and it did. And here comes a 2-on-1 back the other way. Parker has some room, has Ochap with him. Here's a shot, and it goes off of the post as Ochap was denied the hat trick there by the post. I think Minnick gave a little pat to the goal post there and thanked him for that save. Minnick might have got his shoulder on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Here's another opportunity now. Connor Wood with a backhand shot and a Minnick. Another big stick save there, getting that big piece of lumber out there and knocking this one away. Connor Wood now with an opportunity, loses his stick. Leg trying to get around him. Here's a shot by Griffith at an odd angle. His stick broke completely in half. And then coming back the other way here are the Maroon Knights. Trey Judy comes onto the ice there for Griffith, who broke the stick. Wheeling Central now, 10 minutes to go here in the third period. They have a 3-0 lead. Stecker gets it over on the far side. He's going to be stood up. Tries to get it over to Connor Wood. Jeffrey going to clear it up the ice here for Charleston. And bringing it back down into the Charleston defensive zone is Wheeling Central, but it's going to be a little bit too hot, and this is going to go for an icing.
And Central with a lot of good stick finesse. I mean, when you see them coming down, yeah, right here.
Here's that pass by Parker.
And just
okay, so Minnick barely got his shoulder on that one, but it changed positions.
Yeah.
Because that one was going for right underneath for a bar down goal there. But Minnick changing direction, and it actually hit off the crossbar. I thought it hit off the far side post, but it hit that crossbar. Veer now with an opportunity, and he shoots and scores! Hendrix Veer gets the Charleston Chiefs on the board for his first of the night, and there went the shutout for Mandel, but still 34 saves on the night for Seth Mandel, and now Charleston has made this only a 2-goal game.
And like you said, Chris, we'd be seeing a lot of Hendrix Veer here. Look at him, just coming in, just absolutely picking up the scraps and taking a nice shot from the top of the circle there and right past Mandel.
And that was an absolute snipe, and getting the assist on that one's going to be Avery Berry. So Veer with the goal from Berry. I was going to say, Berry better get an assist on that one. I like the apples, I do. You got to give credit for the apples, as Mandel makes a save there on Mateo Lau. But I don't know, Hudson. I'm starting to feel a little bit of change of momentum in this building right now.
I'm thinking that as well. I'm thinking that Central is maybe starting to feel their legs giving out from underneath them. They do have that 2-goal lead, though, so let's see how they continue on this game.
And it was short shifts there for anybody unless your last name is Lau, Veer, or Judy. Now McMullen would like to have a conversation with Veer after a high whack there on the goaltender in Mandel. Mandel coming out telling his defenseman, all is good. All is good. Yep. Tell him to point at the scoreboard. Let's go do the face-off. I love it, too, when goalies do that, because I even had a goalie that did that when I played. Like, he would be like, all right, leave him. You made your point. Leave him. Don't take the penalty. Comes the face-off here. It's going to be won there by Hendricks Veer. I think Veer has been 100% in the face-off dot tonight. I do not think he has lost a face-off.
I think so as well.
I mean, like I said, the face-off battle has favored Wheeling Central, but when Veer is in that center position, I do not think he's lost a face-off tonight. This one's going to be dumped into the bench, and Mullen with a nice catch there on the bench. Mr. Grady Mullen, defenseman there for Wheeling Central. I don't know if he's on the football team or not, but man, that was a great catch. But no, I was going back to it. You know, I love the apples. I love the assist. You got to give credit where it's due. Oh, somebody won a face-off from Charleston without the last name Veer. That was Atkins, and then a quick shot by Blake Judy. So now Charleston just taking over in general in this face-off dot. The ice has been tilted ever since that goal there by Hendricks Veer.
Great scoring opportunity here for Charleston, and let's see what they can do.
Now Central tried to clear it up the boards like they had been to try to get that offensive zone face-off rather from the defensive zone. Mullen trying to clear it up the boards here. He gets himself a little bit of room. Great play there by Connor Wood to be able to protect the puck. Carrying it in. Here's a shot. It was a bouncing puck. Goes wide to the right of Minnick. Bringing it back up here is Atkins. He has his pocket picked, and a shot made by Wood and a glove save made by Minnick. As he kind of looked up to the heavens there, was like, oh man, what was that? How did that end up in my glove? He made a great save, but it was just kind of a weird sequence there where the puck just kept bouncing around, and then there was a shot on goal, and Minnick was up to the task.
Like, I mean, I said it before. Stick finesse is Central's game here. I mean, sending a lot of backhands, just being able to deke around the Charleston Chiefs defense is definitely one of their upsides.
I mean, I am shocked that we have seen 76 shots, total shots on goal here. Here's a backhand opportunity, about seeing 77, not 6-7, so we're good. Maddox Ochap over on the far side, brings it over to Parker. The backhand's one towards the goal. Ochap almost had that one on its stick. Great play there by Mateo Lau. Trey Judy bringing it back over the far side, 3-on-2 back the other way. He has Lau wide open here on the corner. He didn't see him. McMullen sticking that one away, and another opportunity for Jeffrey. He keeps it in here for Charleston. Rolling puck. Charleston able to keep it in their own zone, and Burge will bring it back up here for Wheeling Central, and will clear it away. Whoa, buddy, what a collision that was between Ochap and Jeffrey. Inadvertent collision there between those two players. Both players able to get up on their own power. Sometimes those are the most dangerous collisions. It's just, you know, they were going to have a tripping call there. This one's going to go against Bodie Burge. And Wheeling Central is going to have to go on the penalty kill here with 7:04 remaining in the third period. Hudson, you mentioned earlier about changes in momentum. This right here could be the most important penalty of this game.
I think, I would 100% agree with you. I think the momentum switch is going in favor of Charleston here too, and I think if they can really take advantage of these tired nights, they might be able to tie it or come back. We'll see.
Now, I mean, you also have Bodie Burge in the penalty box, which if Wheeling Central is able to kill this off, you're getting Burge about a 2-minute break, which is good, but you also essentially have one of your best penalty killers and your assistant captain in the box right now.
Yeah, that is almost like a hidden weapon there to just have him in the penalty box, loaded, ready to come in at any moment.
Mullen is going to apply the pressure here on Mateo Lau. So you have Lau and Jeffrey are going to be back deep. Then you have Miller, Veer, and Judy out there on the penalty kill as Lau's going to turn this one over. Hit it all the way down as Minnick's going to hit it back up here quickly. doesn't allow for Wheeling Central to get the defense off, but they are able to change forwards. Here's another opportunity for Veer, who is the lone goal scorer. Parker makes one move to his right, but what a back check there by Trey Judy. Perfect, picture-perfect back check. Didn't trip up the player and just able to knock the puck off of the stick. And Charleston has another opportunity here, but Ochap's going to dump it into the corner. The Chiefs have about 1 minute left here on the power play. 6:05 remaining here in the third period, 3-1 in favor of Wheeling Central. They're going to intercept it here again. Ochap and Parker now coming back in on a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Parker trying to go to his forehand. It's knocked off his stick there. That was Mateo Lau. Able to knock that one away, and bringing it back the other way is Hendricks Veer. Veer with a shot in the slot. Save made by Mandel. A dangerous clear in front of the net there by TU, but that was his only option. And now a fan's going to get a puck over there in the Wheeling Central student section.
Big swap here for the Charleston Chiefs, bringing in some fresh legs. Let's look at this replay here.
Yeah, Veer just going to the outside. Once again, Central just forcing him into that face-off circle.
Central's been doing a great job of that all night.
Yeah, they've been taking away the... I mean, Charleston's done the same thing. I mean, they have really taken away that middle. That's the thing. The last two goals in this game, though, one by Ochap and then the one by Veer from the Charleston side, were just absolute snipes.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing you can do as a goaltender. And then you had the one by Parker. I mean, that puck was just rolling like a loose wheel. And then he just somehow flipped it up over the shoulder of Minnick. Power play is over for Charleston. So now I have to imagine, as the puck goes out of play there, I have to imagine now that the momentum is really going against Wheeling Central. We're going to see if Coach McCardle here in the next couple minutes will choose to pull their goaltender in Jonah Minnick.
I wonder if we're going to see any difference in offensive formation. I wonder if they're going to, instead of hugging that left side, the far side, sorry if you're watching on YouTube, and maybe try to go more towards the middle.
Well, I think they have been. It's just like I said, Wheeling Central has been taking away that middle. That's been the game plan this entire time. I mean, you look at even the way that the forwards are forechecking. Once again, just taking away the middle there. They just converge right back in. It's such a hard defense to break. Another opportunity for the Maroon Knights as Mullen has this one hits off his stick as TU was taken down from behind. Connor Wood trying to come into the slot. There's a perfect opportunity right there, like I mentioned with Charleston. Completely taking away the middle of the ice. Now Veer, he was going to try the spinorama. Goes to the backhand, back to the forehand. Veer, strong on the puck, sends one towards goal. How on earth did that get through to Mandel? I have no idea, but he tracked it the entire way, and I guess that's all that matters if you're a Wheeling Central fan.
And Veer definitely trying to go for some heroics there. Taking it back to the solo shot, and like you said, I mean, it just maneuvered through there perfectly. I thought that was going in.
Yeah, that was a heck of a shot. Looking at it right here, Veer was almost tripped up. And then look, to stay strong on the puck, gets it knocked off, stays strong, and then just throws it towards goal. And Mandel, I mean, like I say, he had to come all the way over to make that save. Lau with a home run. And it's going to stay in play, but it's going to hit off of the net. 4:07 to go here in the third period.
This is more like a in the park.
Yeah.
Chris, come on. More like in the park.
I don't think I was fast enough for an inside the park home run. So this is going to come. Oh, yeah, that's right. The shot came from that glove side of Mandel. I was like, wait, the puck went out on the other side, but it's where the shot came from. Opportunity here for Kincaid behind his own net. I think that hit off the shin pad there of Mateo Lau. This one's going to come out of the zone. Wheeling Central bringing it back the other way. Parker has it picked off his stick by the captain in Jeffrey. And avoiding a big hit there was the assistant captain in Trey Judy. This one's going to be dumped forward on the backhand there by Mullen. Jeffrey trying to hit it around the boards as Maddox Ochap gives chase. I'll tell you what, if you're Wheeling Central, this is playing right into your wheelhouse right now. Here's a shot and a save made by Minnick as Ochap, I didn't see it, but somehow Ochap ended up in the crease with Minnick. I have no idea how that happened.
I think he might have slipped off of a Chief up in the front there.
Yeah. Ochap looking for that hat trick.
Here we go.
There's the wraparound by Parker. Oh, Ochat, he caught an edge there. He tried to actually hit that puck with his skate. We're going to have a timeout, and I don't know who's taking it. It is going to be against Charleston. So 3:32.
Slowing down the pace of this game here, trying to get a reset.
Well, I can tell you right now, Coach McCardle is drawing up a play, and she's telling Minnick, this is what we're going to do. You're coming off or you're not coming off. I don't know where they're going to go.
It is definitely crunch time for the Chiefs here. 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in our game here tonight. And
yeah, Coach Radcliffe just having a conversation with his team down there, just letting his guys relax. Trying to get a few breathers here. But Coach McCardle, and this is what I love about her too. She's consulting not only with her coaching staff, but with the players. Like, guys, what do we want to do here? What are we seeing out there?
Indeed, fantastic coaching on the Charleston Chiefs side and on the Central side as well.
Like I said, we haven't seen a whole lot of 00 Walker Woods out there for Charleston, but one thing I think you need to do, you need to get a body in front of Mandel, and a big body at that. Try to take away that vision, because if Mandel sees that puck, I mean, he's making that save 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it's like his hands and his eyes are like magnetized to that puck no matter where it's at. Just a great goalie out there.
41 saves for Seth Mandel, 37 saves for Jonah Minnick. In this quarterfinal battle between Charleston and Wheeling Central.
Both teams taking the rink here. And let's see what we have in store for this final. 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to play.
Face off just outside of the offensive zone of Wheeling Central. TU was able to gain the red line and dump. And then Wood was trying to hit it back behind the net. So Wheeling Central, they're only going to send the 3 forwards in here on the forecheck. They're going to keep the defensemen back. See what they want to do here. TU tried to pick that pass off. Here comes the 3-on-3 back the other way for Charleston. Watching Coach McCardle and Minnick. He's not even looking at the bench yet. Still got about 3 minutes to go here in this one. There's a shot, and it's going to go on to Mandel. I think Veer got a stick on that one. Mandel once again tracking it the entire way. His 42nd save of the night for Seth Mandel. Tell you what, you got to hand it to both of these goaltenders here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 37 for 40 is nothing to scoff at, and definitely 42 out of 43 is even less of something to scoff. It's crazy.
You rarely see this at this high school level. Like, this is insane. This is state championship hockey right here, folks.
This is what you come to see. And
Ochat was looking for that hat trick. Gets a stick, that good stick there. That should go for an icing, and it does. So that's really going to benefit Wheeling Central here, because Minnick was kind of making his way toward the bench. He was kind of looking. So now you have a defensive zone faceoff where you're going to have to keep Minnick in the net with 2:38 to go. Lau, Blake Judy, Jeffrey, Trey Judy, and Hendricks Beer. They'll be countered by Bodie Burge. Connor Wood, that shot goes right on the net as Parker was getting in the way there.
That's the second time we've seen that at a Central 2, that real quick, fast shot off the face-off. Keeping Minnick on his toes.
Honestly, I think that was the first face-off Beer lost all night. And I think the reason was because Parker tried to put it forward. Here comes Minnick out of the net. 6-on-5 here. Open net for Wheeling Central. Extra attacker on here for Charleston. It's going to be Legg. Bringing it back the other way is Veer. He has to keep it into the zone, and he does. Kincaid gets it, goes to the forehand, tries to clear it up the boards. Legg intercepts it into the slot. Lau has it on the far side, doesn't make it on goal. Central trying to clear again. Ochap getting it up the boards, and it's going to slow down here, and that's going to be advantage Wheeling Central. Judy gets it up over to the far side. Trey Judy was calling for the puck, but the captain, Jeffrey's going to pick it up here. He's going to be challenged by Ochap, who gets it over to Parker. Open net goes wide, and now Central putting on the pressure once again. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Legg gets it up the ice to Jeffrey. Over on the far side, gets into the slot. Shot, save made by Mandel on that blocker side. Mandel is absolutely gassed down there. Mandel sliding over to the far post. Between the legs pass. Veer, a backhand try. And it goes straight through the crease. Unable to clear it is Wheeling Central. Charleston keeping it in here. Now Central able to clear it. Charleston having to retreat to the neutral zone. Judy gets it all the way over to Jeffrey. That's going to be offsides, and that's going to be a face-off in front of the Charleston bench. So, Coach McCardle has a choice to make, and they are going to send Minnick back in.
And I mean, look just a replay of that almost open net goal there. I mean, you can tell those Chiefs were just saying, no, sir, no free goals tonight.
I don't even want to pick 3 stars in this game. I want to pick every single player on the ice.
Yeah, for real.
Every player on the ice. My goodness, this has been a game. Connor Wood, though, intercepting it here. Going to try to get it back behind the goal to try to kill more time. And now Minnick's coming back off here. Here's a shot, goes straight into the gut there of TU. Trey Judy mauling on that back check. What a fantastic play. This one's going to go off of the leg of TU. We have a fantastic battle in front of the net here between Veer and Burge. That's where I was talking about, that they will move Burge back into that defensive position. You also have TU and Mullen out there. Now Mullen's in a battle in the middle there with Leg as we strike under 1 minute to go here in this one. What a battle we have going on in front of the net. And here we go. Connor Wood with the interception, has the puck on his stick, is just going to clear it deep. I like that. You don't necessarily need the goal right now. Just get the puck deep and get back and get poised to play defense for this last 22 seconds. Bring it up there is Trey Judy. He's starting to get really chippy now as Veer takes a shot at Mullen at the blue line. Mullen, though, able to stand up his man. Here's a shot, and it goes off of the goalpost. Right off of the goalpost. And that's going to keep things going. And, folks, that is going to wrap up this classic here. Wheeling Central, a 3-1 victory, over Charleston in a 43-save performance for Seth Mandel and Hudson. I mean, let's just talk about this game here.
Where do we start?
Let's start with the goaltenders here. I mean, Jonah Minnick, 38 saves on the night. I mean, like you mentioned, nothing to scoff at there. He kept his team into the game, but Seth Mandel on the other side with 43 saves. Hats off to both these guys. Stick taps, finger snaps, whatever it is. What a game by those guys.
And just to stay on the topic of defense, too, I mean, you had various players out there, various forwards out there, like you were talking about. I mean, Bodie Burge was coming back. He was playing tremendous defense. I'm trying to think of who else was out there that had a save in front of the net.
You had Grady Mullen was all over the ice tonight, and then Owen Mullen as well. Nate McMullen was really playing the physical game out there. Yeah, but so Maddox Ochap will take home the player of the game with 2 goals down on the ice here, but I mean, great job by Maddox, but I mean, how do you go against Seth Mandel with 43 saves? I mean, like I said, I don't even want to pick stars.
Yeah.
Everybody down there just played phenomenal.
Because here's the thing too, you got Rowan Parker, an assist and a goal. You got Bodie Burge, 2 assists. Obviously Maddox Ochap, the 2 goals. And then, yeah, like you were talking about, the goalie. I mean, everybody, Central's team just played perfectly tonight. And the Chiefs, they put up about as much a good of a game as they could.
Absolutely, indeed. And, I mean, you got to hand it Hendricks Veer with the lone goal for Charleston. That was assisted by the assistant captain in Avery Berry. And, I mean, I tell you what, we only had 2 games here in the first night, Hudson, but I am looking forward to semifinal Saturday and also getting our middle school tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. I mean, all these games are going to be super, super competitive. And after a game like that, I mean, what is Central's game plan, do you think, going into the next game?
I mean, I just think one of the biggest things now is you got to continue to rely on your goaltender. Now, you don't want him to face 44 shots every game, but knowing that you have a backstop there like Seth Mandel, it's going to create opportunities. I think you got to take more risk. Make these long passes. Try to pinch these defense in because you know Mandel's going to backstop you here. I would just say maybe take a few more risks is going to be what could propel Wheeling Central to a potential state championship here. Now, you got number 1 Morgantown. You got number 2 Park. I mean, depending on, how the dominoes are going to fall here. I mean, it is going to be a rough road here, but they are going to have to take more risk going on in this tournament.
And just having, facing that many shots, the team is definitely celebrating their goalie tonight. You know that coming into that next game tomorrow, the morale is going to be through the roof for this team. And I think that is a very important aspect of a competitive atmosphere like this.
And I don't think it's just going to be that. I don't think it's going to be the morale, but I think the confidence level is up now because, like I said, a lot of these teams coming in here, they had rough starts to the season. They had a few games where they were blown out. Now you win a close game like this. Now your goaltender makes 43 saves in a game. I think the confidence level is up now. Whatever happened previously in the season, that's gone. That's behind you now. You only can control the future right now, and I think that's what's going to propel Wheeling Central. You can't look back. You're not going there. Your future needs you, and that's where they're going right now.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. And Charleston, also, we can't leave them without their credit. Minnick played fantastic goalie out there. I mean, facing a lot of shots, taking 3 goals. It's rough, but what I liked about Charleston's play was their ability to kind of find the open man in a lot of situations. I felt like Charleston found themselves with a lot of opportunities to score. They just couldn't capitalize because of, well, that's Central goalie.
Absolutely, indeed. And Charleston, they will take on Lindsley tomorrow. That'll be for the 5th place game, so they are not done. We will get another opportunity to see them, and then we'll see how the dominoes fall the rest of the way here. So, Hudson, final thoughts on today's game?
I am just, blown away by the performances of these high schoolers and these middle school. Well, we're going to see the middle schoolers tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see them tomorrow.
But no, I'm blown away by their performances, keeping the game super competitive and just super interesting to watch.
Absolutely, indeed. Special thanks to everybody out there, especially our title sponsor, WVU Medicine. Special thanks to everybody back in the studios there at 1JB Media. John, Dave, PJ, Noah, everybody, Andrew, all the entire crew down there. Thank you guys so much for keeping us on the air all evening long. We will talk to you tomorrow morning here from West Banco Arena. Your final score, Wheeling Central 3 and Charleston 1. For Hudson Davis, I'm Chris Thoburn. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to the West Virginia State Hockey Championships presented by WVU Medicine.